Hello, hello. This is your girl, Nicole Reloaded. And we're loaded up with another video. Hello, how is everyone doing this evening? So, I know that everyone has been warned about the new YouTube rules and oh Lord, how YouTube will now show ads on all videos even if creators don't want them. I wanted to come on and just, chop it up a little bit and read this Forbes article. What's up, West Live? How you doing, baby? Welcome, welcome, boo. I programmed my Nightbot too, so it was supposed to come up in here karate kicking and all that, but I don't know. I guess I still didn't program it right, child. Or maybe it don't come on when you're on StreamYards or something. I don't know. So anyway, um, I would like to know, what are your thoughts that YouTube will now show ads on all videos, even if creators don't want them to? Do you feel like you're being a slave? Do you feel like you're working for free? How you doing, number one SP? It's great to see you, my brother. It's a pleasure to see you. West Live, looking just live streaming the Gucci Mane and Jeezy battle on my. Oh, okay, that's what's up. Okay. Well, you know that's Wheezy West Live that's promoting, and I'm live right now. You know that's like, rude. So SP, go ahead and remove that, please. So anyway, now John Korshner, he's a consumer tech, is a journalist and an analyst, author, and speaker. Okay. YouTube just changes rules on video monetization, and YouTube creators aren't happy. Essentially, Google will now show ads on all videos, even if their creators don't want ads. And it says, and creators won't get pennies. It's all in a new section of YouTube terms of service called Right to Monetize. Starting today, we'll begin slowly rolling out ads on limited numbers of videos from channels, not in the YouTube partner program, the company says. This means as a creator that's not in the YouTube partner program, you may see ads on some of your videos. Since you're not currently in the YouTube partner program, you won't receive share of the revenue from these ads. YouTube partner program, which video creators and influencers can belong to if they have more than 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours of viewed content in the last 12 months. Membership is in the YouTube partner program makes you eligible for revenue shares from YouTube based on ads shown on your videos, but many don't meet the qualifications. This is nuts, says one large YouTuber creator with over 3.5 million subscribers. If you're a small channel struggling to grow and haven't yet gotten monetized, YouTube will run ads now and take 100% of the profit from your works. What y'all think about that? Y'all think YouTube bugging on that? Or you can look at it, maybe YouTube. Well, what I believe is I've done a lot of videos in regards to YouTube rules and regulations. I talked about this towards the beginning of the year and last year, that YouTube was going to be coming down the pike and changing their rules and their regulations. There's been a lot of violations that have taken place on the platform. YouTube was also sued for a very large amount of money. And There has been a lot of spam channels and channels that are breaking laws, um, ex trafficking, pornography, those kind of things that are not allowed on YouTube. So at Team YouTube on Twitter tweeted out November 18th, 2020. Please check your emails now. It replied to a YouTuber. It says, yes, the new terms and services allow ads to run on videos from non-YouTube partner channels. So long as the video meets ad-friendly guidelines, creators in YouTube partner programs still receive the same revenue share, and will encourage all eligible creators to apply. Nothing is changing with the requirement process. So now here goes a YouTuber. His name is Master at Master Media. This is nuts. If you're a small channel struggling to grow, haven't yet gotten monetization, YouTube will run ads now and take 100% of the profit from your work. This is the greediest move I ever seen. So I would like to know what y'all think. Well, I mean, don't we get to use the platform for free though? I mean, don't we get to? Isn't there bandwidth, the storage? I mean, well, all the stuff that's been going on YouTube lately. I've been said this over and over for the last couple of years. YouTube is going to start charging for using their service. And this is a way for them, technically, in a sense, to charge you. So if you put ad friendly content, now listen, ad friendly content, and you are not in the partner program, they're going to get paid for it. But if your content is not ad friendly, they will not get paid for it. So maybe there's a little loophole there. I don't know if you want to create a whole bunch of content that's not ad friendly. I don't know. The choice is yours. It's your channel. You do whatever you deem or you see fit. It says other like Forbes senior contributors, Ethan Siegel, simply don't want ads on their videos, leaving them ad free for people to enjoy. That option will no longer be available in the new YouTuber terms. I guess YouTube is saying, why don't you better sign up? You better sign up for that premium YouTube, honey. You better write it off on your taxes, child. And plus, every YouTuber that you watch that is monetized will benefit from that. And then you get to download videos and get the perks and things that YouTube provides you when you have the premium services. Okay. Now, Ethan Signal says, ads starting with a bang. I always kept my YouTube channel ads free on purpose. It looks like the changing for all ad-free YouTube channels. Please reconsider at Google. Chocolate, stop it. Stop it. Stop it, baby. Okay. Stop it, my baby. Stop, my baby. Okay, YouTube. Okay, so let me say this again because my baby Chaka Waka really interrupted me. Okay. Ethan Siegel says at Start with the Bang on Twitter, I've always kept my YouTube channel ad free on purpose. It looks like that's changing for all ad free YouTube channels. If you scratch my couch, please reconsider at Google. Okay, so YouTube said you're receiving this email because we're updating the YouTube terms of services. Terms in parentheses to clarify our terms to provide transparency. Hey, Uncle Timothy Blaine. Uncle Timothy Blaine said, I got the email. They're also going to be taking out taxes going forward. What do you think about that, Uncle Timothy, about them taking out taxes? Do you think that will make things better overall for us as content creators? Because there are content creators that don't fill out the tax forms and stuff like that. So maybe that could fall back on the business and make it harder on people that are actually paying their taxes. I mean, hi, Average Joe Lamar. Welcome, sweetheart. I would like to know what y'all thoughts are on this. Like, I really do. And did you guys also see about the facial recognition? But let me get back to this real quick, okay? Now it says the summary of changes. Facial recognition restrictions. The terms of services already stated that you cannot collect any information that might identify a person without their permission. While that has always included facial recognition information, the new terms may make that explicitly clear. Now, see, now the facial recognition, what I believe comes into part is because, let me see, comes into part because of all of the doxing that has taken place on YouTube. And YouTube, allegedly, from what I've read, that there are lawsuits, okay, pending lawsuits due to the fact that YouTube has not protected their content creators um, in a fashion, and having a channel that is monetized, using it for malicious intent to harass, stalk, cyberbullying, so on and so forth, is not what YouTube is put here for. There's a now with the Ovid, I don't want to say the word, but the Ovid, situation going on. People have to realize that um, there are more children that are using this platform more than ever before. And these children need to be, oh Lord Jesus, children need to be protected, and as well as families. YouTube is supposed to be a family friendly entertainment app. Okay. Okay. Uncle Timothy Blaine says, I'm okay with the tax thing, takes the responsibility off of me. Well, you know what, Uncle Timothy Blaine, you're smart. Okay. Because that's what I said. That makes things a lot easier. But the people that were waiting, 2 and 3 years, some 5 and 7 years or whatever to do their taxes, could have a negative impact, I believe, over the platform overall. So I agree with Uncle Timothy Blaine that that's less work that we have to do as content creators that are in the YouTube Partner Program. Okay, the next it states that YouTube right to monetize. YouTube has the right to monetize all content on the platform and ads. Hold on, is this Uncle Timothy? Okay, at the stream.
Hello.
Hey, Uncle Timothy, how you doing?
I'm good. I was just about to start to. I thought earlier about talking about this, and then I forgot about it, and then I saw you were talking about it. I said, "Well, that's very interesting because these changes could be significant."
Right. They are significant changes. I've been doing videos for probably, I believe, like the last 3 years on the YouTube rules and regulations, but I'm a smaller YouTuber. But I have been telling people that this was going to happen because they would have discussions about this on Quora, deep down, like on Reddit and so on and so forth. And a lot of YouTubers, especially in this sector, they don't read the articles and the things that go on over
Right.
there. I actually think this is good. This is going to stop doxing.
Well, I like the thing about the taxes because when these people have come after me, these monsters, to threat, I'm going to dox you and dox you and all that. It's always about how much you get on Cash App, how much taxes you pay, and all that kind of shit, right? So
Right,
if they're taking out the taxes automatically, then I won't have to be worried about that. I'm keeping all my books right and everything's lined up. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But I
Because
don't
I heard
understand the
that it
first
can.
one. Nicole, I don't understand the first one you talked about the what was the first rule? Number one,
Okay, the
facial
first one is,
recognition.
yeah, facial recognition. It says the terms of services already state that you cannot collect any information that might identify a person without their permission. While this has always included facial recognition information, the new terms make that explicitly clear. So that I believe that could be, I'm going to have to look up more information, but I believe that the facial recognition is people taking people's pictures and putting it on as thumbnails with malicious intent to
Right.
harass and cyber stalk. It's incorporated in the harassment, cyberbullying, um, and having it basically where you have to get permission. I can't just take your picture, your a live stream picture of you, right? A live
Right.
stream, freeze frame it and throw it on my thumbnail. A lot of people don't know that. You could actually file against me and have me to remove that
Right.
because it's not in a public domain.
Right.
Okay. Now, if I took a picture of your book, that's public domain.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes. Okay, that makes a lot of sense then. So I like that one. Anything that's anti-doxing, I like.
Right. Me too.
Right. So
But
if someone posts your picture and other people know you, they could easily identify who you are just because they saw your picture.
Right. Just based on your picture. And because, there's a lot of actual I'll say alleged, pending lawsuits due to the fact that YouTube wasn't protecting um, the content creators in the YouTube partner program the way that they're supposed to. People are filing complaints. You see how you see all these videos still up and you kind of scratch your head. How is this video still up and it's supposed to be against YouTube partner program? Why is it still there? Number one, easily the people are lying about filing a complaint. Number two, YouTube has either been behind, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or number three, they ain't filing shit and they're just using it as content to put fear into people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, so try to understand all this. Okay.
So let me see. There's some more stuff on here. It says, now for smaller YouTubers, creators being ad-free can be a competitive advantage as they climb the long hill to having monetizable YouTube channels with a reasonable amount of revenue. Viewers get to enjoy their videos mostly distraction free and creators can focus on growth.
Right.
Now that the option is gone, of course, from YouTube's perspective, it's hosting and streaming videos for free. There are significant costs to running YouTube. Remember how long it took for YouTube to become profitable? And bandwidth isn't free. That's understandable. The obvious question is, however, if you're going to monetize smaller channels, why not simply change the partnership program to giving smaller creators a cut of revenue? Now, like Uncle Timothy, even though you're almost to 20K, you're still considered as a small YouTuber to these big fish. You know, the ones that have 100K, those are the ones that get YouTube managers, that get access to, you know what I'm saying, to YouTube to actually help them. Anything underneath that, unless you have a YouTuber that is a big YouTuber that you got the hookup with, you can't get any help. So what they're talking about in this Forbes article, Timothy and everybody that's listening, hey T Love, is that what we should do is for smaller YouTubers to actually get together and think about creating a union.
Right.
Because now that they're going to be taking taxes out and they're going to be responsible, how do the smaller YouTubers, people as ourselves that are under 100K, get help when we have problems against false flagging? People, the problem with my account is that I received a lot of false flaggings. Do you know what that is, Uncle Timothy?
People just flagging you for no reason?
Yes, people just flagging you for no reason, saying that it's either hate speech or just basically lying, just flagging you for malicious ways. And because it's computerized and it's a robot, it will cause YouTube to suppress your videos to where the majority of the people you're subscribed to won't receive notifications, even if they have notifications on all, to see your videos. It's like your videos are hidden.
Right.
That's what my channel's going through. So I'm glad to hear about these rules and people. Hopefully, I mean, if there was a union, would you get in the union, Timothy Blaine, for YouTube? Or
Good. I mean, I have to. I'm on Social Security, so I can't make a lot of money anyway. So but
but
I wanted to ask you.
but go ahead.
Oh, let me try to remember what the hell it is now.
It's okay. I be forgetting too.
So us people who make, let's say we're smaller YouTubers. So I got 20, I got 19, I think. Are we going to be then? Are they going to add more commercials on our videos and not pay us?
Okay.
Smaller people.
No. Okay. This is for everybody across the board. This does not have anything based on size, unless if you're in the YouTube partner program.
Right.
If your video is not ad friendly, they're going to put ads on that video anyway. If you're not in the YouTube partner program, they're going to put ads on your over your content. Okay. So
right.
We don't have to worry about that. But the smaller YouTubers that are in the YouTube, that are not in the YouTube partner program, which means you have to have 1,000 subscribers and you have to have 4,000 watch hours to be approved.
Right.
And then you got to apply for monetization, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I'm going to have to look more into that, because I would assume if the video is not ad friendly, who's going to place ads on it anyway?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That'd be a big problem. Because that's what I mean. When you cuss too much, you talk about sex, you talk about certain things, they don't monetize them, right? So you're saying now that they're going to monetize them anyway? That don't seem like that would fit with their program. They don't want us to be on here being dirty and crazy and stuff,
Well, I'm sure some of the videos that are directly against the platform,
right,
or whatever, they're not going to put ads on those. The ones that are just strictly against. But
right.
There are some channels that do talk about adult situations, and those channels have certain advertisements. Like, you can go into your AdSense, Uncle Timothy Blaine, and you can pick from certain like, not that they're directly going to come to you, but you can put in there that you want these forms of different advertisers to come to your channel, where they'll give you if they like you, then they'll pick you. Okay. Right. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. So, and that's another thing that I need to do, because I set mine up so many years ago. If I probably change it around. But one thing that I did find out here recently, if you go in there and change your AdSense and the type of commercials you want on there, if you have discovery, it's called discovery, do not check that box, because it will suppress your retention, meaning how long people watch your videos.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've been doing a lot of research.
I don't like commercials at all. I reduced because they used to. Now they switched it where you have to go in there and physically take out these ads in the middle, right?
Right.
But I don't like ads in the middle of my videos, and I don't like these long playing videos. So for me, I always just want the 15 seconds in the beginning. You can pass that up. That's all I want on my videos. So I'm hoping that they're not going to add more commercials to them. Because if a video has too many commercials, I don't even watch them.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of people that are saying that. But you know what I think also this is also a strategy, like I believe, to run off riffraff. People are not going to want to be on this platform if they don't think they can get a coin.
Right.
Okay. With the facial recognition, that means that they got your face on camera. That means they can come and they can come and arrest you, whatever state or country you live in, probably. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you still got people that are going to stay on here and try to do whatever. I was trying to explain to people, they didn't believe me, but have you seen the Google moderators?
No, I haven't seen them yet. I've heard about them.
Okay, well, basically, they've been going around and viewing people's chats. They're not new. They've been around, but now they're coming out and being upfront. And if they have levels and stuff, and you don't want your channel, in a sense, to get pinged for a bunch of spam, hate speech, profanity, and stuff like that. That's why when me and the girls are on your channel monetizing, I try to convey to your audience, don't use profanity, You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
too much where you can tell that it's cuss words and stuff like that. Now with profanity, Uncle Tim, let me give you a secret. Okay. In an hour, you probably got about three. You got about three f bombs. Okay,
Right.
but you can't say mother effer. Okay, you can say a quick f. Okay. Now the first 15 minutes of your video, you don't want any of the hardcore cuss words because they
Oh,
watch the first 15 minutes, kind of skim through the middle, and then the last 15 minutes of your video. You see how
right.
many videos they have to go through? You can get probably about three, but you can't put the long mother effing f. You know what I'm saying? But you can say damn, you can say or whatever. But you
Right.
want to wait and get your intro in of what you're gonna talk about, and then right in there when you want to wiggle out your what I'm saying, your little whatever, you do it right there in the middle.
Right. Right.
And then when you're about to close out, don't close it out with you. But you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Right.
you
Right.
know. But
Yeah, I do.
but you
I use colorful language. At first, I was
right.
scared. I didn't use any at all, and now I've gotten kind of lax. But they demonetized about a third of my videos. So if I get 2/3, it's still fine with me because people have
Right.
to at least talk freely. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
they don't demonetize all of the ones that I cuss in, and I think that
Right.
too that part about not cussing in the beginning of the video. So
Right.
maybe they only watch that long. You know.
hmm Well, I did some research on that, and it would ask you. It asks, like on mine, it'll ask, is it approved for adults? Not everybody has this on their channels, just some people do, and
Right.
it basically sees if you're responsible enough to know if your videos are ad friendly or are they not ad friendly. So therefore, they ask you a list of questions. Is it about a horrific act? Is it sexually explicit? Is there explicit profanity? And they ask, is the F word abbreviated? Is it in the title? Is it in the title, thumbnail, or do you say it in the beginning of the video? And it clicked in my head, and I said, "Oh, the beginning. Oh, okay. So I can get me a couple of little F's in the middle,
Right.
or
Right.
whatever." But yeah,
Yeah, I always check to know it isn't none of those things apply, but I haven't really read through them. But I mean, I'm cheating because I'm saying that there's no cussing in here. There's nothing in here. Although I know that there are things in there, but there's never anything about children. There's never anything that's all that hard. You know what I'm saying?
right, yeah.
Right.
Well,
So
it
I always
gets
check
it.
the last bottom.
What did you say?
I always check the box at the end where it says none of the above.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Oh, right, right.
Right. So
Well, I
only
mean, that's good
garbage.
though.
Huh?
I said no, that's good that a third of your, but you don't really unless you really going in, you don't really curse like that. Not in my opinion. Not in my
Right.
opinion. I
Right.
mean, every other word is not f this, f that, f this. You express yourself and you use. So
Right.
I don't know what some of these people
Someone
gonna do.
someone like
Yeah,
that. They cuss every other word.
hey,
Yeah, some
don't
of
you?
them, the ones who get super chats and cash apps, they don't really care about the Google AdSense. So they'll do anything. They'll play music, whatever they want to do because they're not dependent on the Google check. They're dependent on their cash apps.
Yeah, I wonder, are those channels gonna get affected? Because what if I wonder, is it gonna change like the music that is, you know what I'm saying? How
Right.
some, because I play music sometime too. Now with the royalties, because it said something also about royalties. So that means that's the people that have music and stuff
Right.
on the platform. What if they don't want their music affiliated with a I mean, I don't know how deep it goes in that regards, or maybe I'm just speculating too much.
Have you got pinged for music?
Yes.
Yeah. One
hmm
time they gave me the option of taking it out. I only did it twice. They gave me the
hmm
option of taking the music out. And the other time they said if there's any revenue, it'll go to the writer of the song.
Right. There's actually there's a site. I'm going to email it to you because I ain't going to tell everybody my secrets, but I'm going to email it. I'm going to email it to you, and you can get music off of there for free.
Right. Okay.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. I
But
sing my music.
Well, I mean, you sing on your channel. Will you sing the bang yang for me?
No more bang yang. Then I just
No.
saying, please, no more singing. No sing, no sing. Anything but that.
I
Anyway,
love.
I got a couple calls I got to make. But listen, I thank you for the
Okay.
information. I appreciate you, Nicole.
All right. See you
You're
soon.
my
Are you coming
moderator,
back?
right? You're still my
Huh?
moderator? You're still my moderator?
Yeah, you didn't fire me yet, did you?
No, I appreciate you guys, honey. I definitely appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you too.
Okay, so thanks
Yeah,
for the information.
I'm always if I'm not there, it's because I'm with my baby girl or whatever. I'm homeschooling her. So
Oh, okay.
you come on right at the time where she's on has like little tests to do, and I
Right.
can't do both. But I
Right.
come back, and if I see anything is spam or whatever, I remove it and clean it up for you.
Yeah, I
So
appreciate it. I appreciate you.
no, you're welcome. Well, thank you for coming by. I love you,
Okay.
Uncle Tim.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right. All right. Thank you. Bye bye. Okay, let me go back to this Forbes. Let me see. Oh Lord, it did knock me out here. And I put my Nightbot in here, child. I don't know why my Nightbot is not working. Hold on, let me see. Let me try it. Nope, I'm going to guest. There's no guest. Hold on to your love. Okay, post comment. Let's try this again. Let's see if this works. Cause I'm mad if my Nightbot not working and it's supposed to work. Let me see if I have to put it in exactly the way. Let me see if the Nightbot pops up. Okay, let's see. Is that my Nightbot? There it is. Yay. Okay, I didn't put it in correctly. There you go. Yay, there go my Nightbot. So I hope that is activated. So if you come up in here with that BS and that drama that I don't need, okay, my Nightbot is going to take you out right along with my moderators. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. T Love, I'm going to send you a list of the commands and see how they work. Okay. Now I got kicked myself out of the Forbes. Let me see. It then locked me out of it. I wanted to finish reading it. Let me go and see. Oh, okay. But basically, in this Forbes article, they were talking about. Oh, somebody just hit me up on Instagram. I'm talking about basically that YouTubers should unite and come up with a union. I would like to know what you guys feel about that. Hold on. Let me see Forbes. Everybody wants money to the New York Times. You got to pay to use them. I'm going to have to figure out which ones that I want to be a part of. Okay. All right. I got the article. Thank God I got more than one device, child. Okay. And if it closed out or whatever, I ain't going to be able to read it because Forbes only lets you get free four articles. Okay. And I kept closing it out and going back in. Okay, so did I read? Okay, I already read it Master on YouTube. Okay. Now let me just say this again, okay? YouTube, okay, it says YouTube is sending this to you. You're receiving this email because we're updating the YouTube terms of services. Terms to clarify our terms and provide transparency to our users. These changes shouldn't significantly alter your access or the use of the YouTube services. A summary of the changes: facial recognition restrictions. The terms of service already states that you cannot collect any information that might identify a person without their permission. While this has always included facial recognition information, the new terms makes that explicitly clear. Your right to monetize. YouTube has a right to monetize all content on the platform, and ads may appear on your videos from channels not in the YouTube partner program. So it doesn't say, it says people not in the YouTube partner program. Okay. Royalty payments and taxes withholding. For creators entitled to revenue payments, such as payments will be treated as royalties from a U.S. tax perspective, and Google will withhold taxes where required by law. Please make sure you read the updated terms carefully. The new terms will take effect on November 18th, which was a couple of days ago, right? Or is today the 20th? What is today's date, y'all? Hold on. Okay, today is the 19th. It's about to be the 20th. Please make sure you read the updated terms carefully. The new terms will take effect on November 18, 2020. For users in the U.S., similar changes to our terms of services will be made outside of the U.S. in 2021. Hi, William Carruthers. How you doing, baby? It's so good to have you over here. There's Pops. How you doing, Pops? It's so good to see you. Give me all that love. You know, you're more than welcome to come up here. I would like to know what your thoughts are, um, being that you're a smaller YouTuber as such as myself, and that you're not monetized yet. What are your feelings about YouTube putting commercials on your videos? Do you feel that YouTube is, some way taking advantage of your content, that just because you're under 1,000 and don't have 400,000 watch hours, do you think it's fair for them to monetize off of your content? Okay, let me see. Back to this Forbes, and let's see if we can get Pops to come up on here. I call my father. I call my father Poppy or Papa. Okay. Okay, it says the latest moves comes hot on the heels of what YouTuber creators is a big bug that costs them weeks of revenues. But that Google refuses to acknowledge a sudden and declaration that, hold on, this is cutting off. 0% of their video views were from invalid traffic overnight. For returning to standard levels of monetizations, at least for me, a couple of weeks later. Okay, so what they're talking about is, I guess when you get when you go to get your YouTube video approved for monetization, and the monetization, you're waiting when a video goes yellow, you can request for a human review, and then they hold the video and then they scan it, and sometimes you lose numbers and all kinds of stuff with the analytics. I believe that's what that's in reference to. And it says okay, so monetizing ads on our small channels, then at the very least you should give us a cut for our hard efforts, says a creator behind the Boob Tube, which is about TV, not a part of the main anatomy. Simply as that. Okay, so there's people that do feel that they don't want them to put commercials on their channels. They don't want it. Some people actually don't want their channels monetized or have the monetized feel. They want people, like, that there's like some of those channels where you go on and all you like, it's They're playing waves or videos to help you go to sleep, or they have, you know, tapping sounds or whatever, all these unique things. These are things that help people go to sleep, airplane noises, stuff like that. When you're resting, nobody wants to wake up to a commercial or anything like that. So I'm sure, I wonder what is the percentage of people that are going to end up with premium, using premium YouTube. I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of people that are going to sign up for that. And they knew that when they made this move. Smart move, YouTube. Smart move. So I hope that means you can pay us more with these ads. Okay? Can you give us, because we need some money and some honey. Mm-hmm. Okay. It says smaller YouTuber creators being ad free can be a competitive advantage as they climb the long hill to having a monetizable YouTube channel with a reasonable amount of revenue. Viewers enjoy their videos mostly distraction free, and the creators focus on growth. Now that the option is gone, of course, from YouTube's perspective, it's hosting and streaming for free. There are significant costs to running YouTube members. How long it took for YouTube to become profitable, bandwidth isn't free. That's understandable. The obvious is, however, if you're going to monetize smaller channels, simply change the partnership program to give smaller YouTubers a cut of the revenue. YouTube has a solution, but yet won't make one. YouTubers need some kind of union, says Brax. I'm not sure that will work or anything, but they can just keep getting away with taking down small content creators like this. It's a worthwhile thought. Larger creators with millions, oh my goodness, with millions have some clout with sharing platforms like YouTube, Instagram, but smaller creators lack any meaningful amount of power. And yet, with millions now earning some level of income, creating digital content, and starting to rely on that income might be an idea when in upcoming times. So they're talking about in this Forbes article basically about smaller YouTubers coming together and creating a union. YouTube's core challenge for creators that are essentially modern, entirely at the mercy of the big platform. A union and drive a powerful strike and can potentially remove a significant amount of new content from YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. And then that can balance the power. Actually creating one among us as smaller content creators can cause a wide verse in our population. Okay. So somebody here says, I have a small channel on YouTube and it is in the YouTube partner program. I theoretically make a small amount from under $100 a month, though I have not yet any payments as I have been far too lazy to actually implement the details in their YouTube channel. So they just left that random comment. So I just would like to know what y'all, what your guys' thoughts are, about this. And, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry, William. I didn't know you were back there. I didn't hear the little dinky dinky at the stream.
Hey, sweetheart, that's okay.
I'm sorry. I was just running my mouth. I didn't hear the little doop. I'm sorry. I was
Yeah,
reading too loud.
that's fine, honey. That's fine. I enjoyed reading about this because it's very interesting. You know,
Yeah.
and
What are your, have you received this email in your, um, go ahead and share your thoughts real quick, William. I need to put my dog up or
oh
she's going to
yeah,
drown out the sound.
okay. Well, my thoughts on it are commercials. Some platforms we pay not to have commercials. It's like on Hulu. You can pay and you don't have any commercials. So far as YouTube, I think the way they're going, like with their premium channels, if you get their premium channels, you do have the options of not having commercials started or at the end of your videos. But we got to think of YouTube as a business, though. It is a business. And whatever they can do to bring in money and revenue for themselves, they're going to do it. And that means putting commercials on your videos if you want them there or not. Because the advertisers are paying YouTube, they're not paying you, the way I look at it. And another thing, by me being a small content creator, the stuff that I put on YouTube anyway, it gets taken down or discarded if you're not listening to me live right then, because I've been doing music. And I get the little notices in my mailbox that it's been blocked or, copyrights claims have been claimed. So, and I know about the copyright stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
go get the music. Why should I have to go in? And then a lot of times when you get the music, it's not the type of music that you want for your platform.
Right.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but it's
And
all a business.
it's expensive to it's really expensive to get a license to actually
Right.
play,
Right. But you
music
remember,
that people will want to actually hear.
right? Unless you remember, it's been years ago. Everybody used to have a CB radio or ham
Right.
operated radio. You would have to
Mm-hmm.
get FCC license in order to operate. So
Mm-hmm.
when they did away with that, with the modernization of internet and all that stuff, people can come over. But like I said, the people that already had stuff out there on the airwaves, their music, they were already fighting over the royalties for other music and all that good stuff. So now they got copyright. So
Right.
I'm thinking, like now, I found out that I can go apply for a license, a FCC license, but I also have to have other people come in and say, well, it's going to be okay if he plays this kind of music. YouTube does,
Really?
yeah, YouTube doesn't want me to do that though, because I'll be taking away some of their stuff. Because if you notice, YouTube can use music on their advertising too. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So, like I say, it's a business, and I might do my music channel maybe once or twice a week, and I know it's going to be blocked, but it's live right then. So I feel like doing it live, and when it's gone, it's gone. I'm not going to go back and ask them to please, let me do this. I just want to entertain my subscribers and people right now, you know, with what
So
they
what
want to
is
hear.
this? Well, what is this license that you're talking about? It sounds kind of cool. What is that?
Well,
If you don't
it's
mind
like
sharing.
owning a radio station. When you own a radio
Right.
station, you have to apply for the Federal Communications licensing in order to broadcast over the airwaves. And
Mm-hmm.
YouTube is a form of broadcasting over the airwaves for this internet. So, and there's a lot of different rules that go along with the internet than according to airwaves. Wow. Like you can take your TV, hook you up an antenna to it, and still get TV stations. But if you want more programming and everything, you have to hook up to a cable company.
Right. Right.
Okay.
True. Mm-hmm. So
Or
you're
yeah,
telling me even if if you were to go and get this license, YouTube won't allow you to do that?
no, because they're feeling I'm taking away money from them. I'm taking away the money from them. Plus, I'm taking away their subscribers to listen to me, even if it's for 1 hour. You see what I'm saying? Because
Wow.
because you got people that'll listen to a program and they're listening to you listen to this program and your comments
Mm-hmm.
that on it. So It's a struggle. It's a struggle. And like I said, somebody said I could go and do a podcast. Well, podcasts are good, but how many people actually listen to a podcast? Of music.
Hmm.
And with a podcast, you still got things like uh you got different podcasts. You got what is that? That's when you run into the satellite programming for the music. What do they call that?
Hmm.
The name of that
What
stuff?
is it? Spotify?
It's not Spotify. It's the one that you get in your car and you can get all different channels and
Cyrus Radio, satellite radio, Cyrus Radio,
yeah, Cyrus. Yeah, there it is. The Cyrus Radio, Sirius Radio.
Sirius. Yeah, I
Sirius.
just messed that all. I messed that all up, didn't it? I
So
said it's serious because I don't never have the money when they want me to pay them.
yeah, me too. And see, that's another entity that you got to deal with. Is Sirius Radio. So whatever it costs you to do something, nothing is free no more. Nothing is free. And like you say, they're playing the ads, but they're getting paid for the ads. As a content creator, you're not getting paid for that advertisement because no advertising dealer is going to come directly to you and say, is it okay if we put this on your spot and we're going to pay you such and such amount? They're not going to do that. They're going to go to the big entity, which is YouTube and Google.
Right.
So, and right now, Google is in hot water with Congress, and they're trying to get them to change certain platforms and the way that they do things on Google. So,
Well, that's because you have a lot. You have they have been hit with lawsuits.
right. And the lawsuits stem
Unfortunately.
from people being doxxed, people
Yep.
being assaulted, people telling about other people's business, some of it which is not public domain. Everybody talk about what is out there is public domain. Some of that
Right.
stuff is not public domain. See,
Mm-hmm.
it's not free. It's not free. You paying
Right.
somebody to find. In other words, you're paying somebody to spy on you
Right.
and to be able to get out there and tell what this person does, where he live at, his family members and stuff. And the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
government is not taking time into that either, because it goes into a lot of things. The law is complicated. It's very complicated, and like I was trying to tell people when I was first here on YouTube, I never did
Mm-hmm.
want to create my own channel, but then
Mm-hmm.
again, I thought about it, but I know what I wanted to do as far as what I wanted to do, and that was to play music, have people kind of forget about all this craziness that's going on in YouTube, and come back and sit back and listen to memories. Have some memories with music. Excuse me. Think of fun
God bless
times.
you.
Think of fun times when you're growing up as a child, or the holidays that we spent together and stuff like that as a
Right.
family. Because you could go crazy just listening to people cussing each other out day after day after day, drama this, drama that. You want somewhere to go and relax. It's like going to the park. You go to the park for relaxation. You
Right.
watch the kids play. You watch people holding hands. So why can't you have a channel or a platform that people can go to and relate like that, even if it means playing music? But there's so much, they don't want. Everybody wants to get paid for stuff that they do, and I don't care if I get monetized or not. I'm just doing what's comfortable for me and what I feel good about. And then I'm also like Mr. Tim. Hey, I'm on Social Security, so I can only make so much a month on Social Security a year.
Right. Right. But after you get a certain after you blah 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 tongue tied a certain age, you can still map out. You can pick to get your money after you make a certain amount.
True.
And program it to where you get to where you're not going to go over, and then turn your monetization off and then start it over. There's always a way.
There's always a way around to skin the cat. That's true enough.
Right.
But
you just need somebody to do the numbers, look over the analytics, and give you a projection, and then you'll know which way to go. Go about that.
Yeah, and that there comes in the hire. Well, you can hire a person that knows about those kind of things, or Like me, fortunately, I have someone that knows those type of things. You know, they can tell me, "Hey, you going too far now. You don't do that." So,
Mm-hmm.
but like I said, I didn't care to be monetized, and I really don't care to be monetized. I'm not in here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in it for the money. I'm here to make people enjoy your life while you can, because we have to pay for so much anyway. So why can't you get something free without anybody asking for something in return? I don't have a cash app. I don't have anything like that. You know, they're telling me, well, once you get your cash app, you change your mind. No, because I've learned in my 70 years of living, money is not that important. Would I mind having money? Yes. You know, but do I mind having money at other people's expenses? No. No, I
Right.
don't want to do that. I don't want to come over here and get big because I'm cussing everybody out or I got a bunch of people following and agreeing with me. Only thing I want you to do is to relax and enjoy yourself and get away from the trauma. Get away from
Right.
just you want to have somewhere where you can relax. Everybody has that quiet place. And I want to be that quiet,
Amen.
you know.
No,
So
that's the truth. Preach. No, you're telling the truth because there's so many. There's a lot of talented people. I will say in the sector. But I don't believe that they use their talent in a positive way.
that
And there's more to someone. I mean, you don't have to be all that smart to get on and cuss somebody out fluently. I mean,
right
how
or
much
talking.
me personally with my mind, heart, and spirit, I can't intake a lot of that consistently over and over. I need somewhere where my mind can and
Yeah,
spirit can be in one accord, man.
there you go. And see, like it's a lot of like okay, they can holler about me going on Dutchy Kelly, DKL's live, or over at Sir Kane's live. I know people don't like them two characters, but to me, they offer me a thing or two of listening to their point of view, and then if I
Hmm.
like it, I leave it on. If I don't like it, I turn it off.
See?
And with me and the Duchess, we got a rapport because he listens to James. Him and James got this little bantering back and forth, which to me is comical. They don't
It
hate
is
each other.
comical.
Yeah,
They've been
they don't
doing that for years.
for
It's
years,
funny how
right?
they have
They
a rapport
interact.
with each other though. There's a
Yeah,
difference.
right. They have a good rapport with each other, and then I can feel comfortable going on Dutch's platform. And I know he, as they say, shades, but I kind of like that because that shows you recognize me in a way or a sense. Now, when you start shading and talking about your family this and your family that, that's ridiculous. And then you
Right.
can banter back, and if you banter back and forth without getting, as they say, getting to a person's feelings, because
Hmm.
I've had a lot of people come on when I'm in different chats, saying I need to have my old ass in bed or I need to be counting sheep
Oh
or
God. Well, they didn't told me to take my fat ass to bed. So
and see that's another thing. It doesn't matter how a person looks, as long as their personality fits that makes you enjoy being around them. I don't care if you're fat, if you can be pencil skinny, you could be ugly as a mule. If you got a good personality and can make people laugh and have fun, that's all that matters in life. You know, I
amen.
I know it's this one woman. I don't want to use that term, but I know people who use it. That's she's ugly, but she has the
Hmm.
most biggest heart in this world and will do anything for anybody. But because she has a deformity and stuff like that, people don't want to be around her. Which to me, that shows how selfish people can be, how cold-hearted they can be. And God didn't put us on the earth for this, you know.
Right.
And then the first thing they want to do is holler, send up a prayer or praise God, but yet you still calling this woman ugly. God made that child. That's one of God's children. If
Amen.
you love and respect God, you should love and respect what He put on this earth. Now, the fact that He put snakes here don't make me love them, but I learned to respect them. See, that's a different thing right there. You respect something, you know, And I respect that he put a snake here because a snake will catch a rat, and and I don't like
Right.
rats either. So it's all a
Hmm.
matter of what you want to do and how you want to do it, what you see things as. But like
It's
I said,
based
maybe
on, I believe that it's based on perception. Me and you can be in the same room at the same exact time, and something can take place right in front of us.
and we both see
And
it differently.
when somebody interviews us about what happened during that incident or whatever at that same exact time, our perceptions could still be two different things. It doesn't mean that you're wrong or I'm wrong. It's just the way that our brain perceived whatever took place
Whatever
is
took
how
place.
we've seen it.
Right.
Right.
That's just like witnesses at a car accident. Everybody sees something different.
Right.
We had this experience in school where the teacher told one person in the front of the classroom a story, and about the time it got to the end of the classroom, that whole story changed. Because in their mind they perceived what somebody else was saying. So, and they wanted to add to it too. That's another thing we do. We add to a lot of stuff. We add to a lot
Knowing it
of
was just it was a grilled cheese, and at the end it become a double bacon cheeseburger with ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise. I said it was
that
a
is
ham and cheese. Well, Keisha
that
said it had hamburgers,
burger.
pickles,
Yeah,
onions,
she was.
relish. Stop lying, girl. It was a cheese sandwich. And before you know it, you be saying, yeah, it
Oh,
had
you were.
pickles, lettuce, mayonnaise.
Well, she got a whole slab of ribs with a slide of coleslaw on it. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
For real. Ain't that the truth? That is the
yeah.
truth.
That is the
I
truth.
just people need to, look, like I said, there's a lot of very unique, individuals. And I think as a content creator and as a subscriber, because sometimes I just want to go and watch to see, what's going on, the conversations, and things like that. And then, sometimes you feel uncomfortable, like, darn, well, if I like this person, but no, I didn't like what they said. If I come to visit you, are you going to be mad because I'm over there? There's a lot of subscribers that feel like that they feel that if they watch a certain group, they're not allowed to watch the other group.
Right.
Not out.
You're channel hopping and you're trying to fit in somewhere.
Mhm.
You're looking for clout. I ain't never looked for no clout. The
Looking for
clout
clout.
came from, here's where the clout came from. Everybody telling me I needed to start a YouTube channel. And I kept saying, no, 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 no. But see, what happened was when I did my channel, it wasn't what they thought I was going to do. Like I said, my first love is with music. And that's what makes
Hmm.
me feel good, you know. And so if you don't like it because I'm doing music and, I don't bring everybody up there to gossip or something, well, too bad.
Hmm.
But that's variety is the spice of life. So why would I want to do something that I know I really don't like to do? Now I can come on here and have discussion just like I'm having with you and talk with other people, but the people that's in the background, like we say, these non-content creators, they hate our guts because they want to hear what the real creator is doing, and that's causing friction and causing chaos and he said, she said stuff, and then it never amazes me. They said, "Well, I didn't see the whole video." Well, can you get the whole story or talk about the story if you don't know the whole thing? If you don't know the whole truth, that's why I get on a lot of places. I'll keep my mouth shut. I might be up there, but
Right.
when they're talking about something and I know I haven't seen that video, I won't say a word.
Hmm.
And then the people are like, well, kick
Yeah,
him
it's
out.
kind
You
of
don't
best to kind of stay out of it, because
say
if you jump in something that you don't know, you mess around and get your tongue
it.
snatched out.
Yeah, tongue snatch out your mouth, your head chopped off, and all that good stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I just wait till they talk about something that I know, or they might ask me my opinion, then I'll give it. But otherwise,
Right.
no. I'm glad to be here with you, you know, If you wanted to know my opinion about it, like you did, I've been listening to you. When you asked me about it, I came right on up there and let you know. But a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
stay in the background and they'll say things in your chat or say things about you in a chat, and they don't have the gall or decency enough to face you. And see, I
Right.
think what hurts, and I think what hurts a lot of people now, I done got out of that kind of beefing with them. I'll just sit there and listen, and then at the end, I'll just say, "Well, I love you. I don't know how to change your mind, but maybe you'll change it one day." Yeah. All old
Right.
people aren't dumb. All old people aren't fat. All old people
Mm-hmm.
don't have missing. All old people don't have hair missing. So why do you want to lump me in that category? You see what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know where. I don't know who came up with the that old folks are dumb. It had to be
Well,
somebody. It had to be somebody young. With wisdom comes time. With living, you get
yeah,
wisdom by being alive and
being
living
alive,
and going
going
through
through
life,
life.
different life changes and stuff. Wisdom doesn't come with youth.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because I can remember. I can tell stories of being with my mother when I was with a child, and we go to Mississippi to visit her parents. We'd be on a
Hmm.
Greyhound bus. There's certain parts of Illinois, down in the southern part of Illinois, when the Greyhound bus came through, we had to pull the curtains on the bus to keep from letting looking out at the town, because the town didn't want no black people looking at them. So
Wow.
crazy. But they think they got it easy though. They got it easy. But there's still some parts of this country where a black person can go, I don't care how tough he is or how
Hmm.
bad they are, get around them white folks up in the mountains and see if you come home. You know what I'm saying? They look at the
Uh-huh.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface, and all that kind of different stuff. But
Right. Go
all
out there.
places,
Go
go up there.
check Billy Bob out in
Yeah,
them
Billy
mountains
Bob
and let
out
me
there,
see if you
right.
come back.
Dude, no. There's some
Right.
hills in Tennessee. I wouldn't go up in there.
Hmm.
No, no. You got people up there making moonshine and all that kind of stuff. You going up there on their property and you
Hmm.
sightseeing and all. Oh no, you won't come back. You
You
won't
sure won't.
shoot. Let's see.
They'll,
Like I
they'll
said,
chop. I heard in some parts of Florida they'll chop you up and feed you to the alligator.
to the alligators. Yeah, let's face it. There's a possibility it can happen. I'm not going to go down there and experiment and find out.
All right, neither am I.
I'm
I'm
not
not
going to
gonna
go.
go down there. Hey,
No.
hey, look, pops. I'm not gonna go down there and say challenge.
Good old days. That's my guy.
You won't be. You
I'm
won't
not
be seeing my
challenging.
ass doing that.
No, you can challenge me to anything. I ain't doing it. Just because it's a challenge, don't make it so. It does not make.
Hmm.
Uh-uh. I used to get in a lot of trouble when I was a kid because I used to follow my friends around and we get into little shit. And then when I get home, I get a double butt whooping because if I got caught, I got whooped by the adult that caught us. Then he'd call my dad. And when I get home, my dad would whip our ass not because we got caught, because he knew we were out there doing it and we couldn't lie to him about it. So I learned to quit following the leader. Somebody say, let's jump off into the water. Oh, no, y'all go right on ahead. I'm going to stay dry.
Right.
I'm not going to get wet and then go home and try to explain to my mama or daddy, why am I so wet? You know,
Oh, you better not. You better not come in that house wet, messing up them clothes. You gonna get your butt whooped.
yeah. There's a time when
Hmm.
that sun went down, you better have your butt in that front yard or in the house. you know. But now children stay out till all times of nights. They're out roaming the street 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And and we as families, we forgot the values that we should teach our children. They remember that thing that had danger stranger don't
Yep.
that
Stranger
that went
danger.
that went by the wayside so quick. It did. You teach your children not to talk to strangers, but at the same token, you got to teach them to trust somebody if they get lost,
Right.
or you know. So how do they separate the one from the other? How do you? There's a balance in raising children. That's all I got to say. And there's a balance in some adults raising themselves.
Yeah.
because
Well,
that
you know, my mom told me, God rest her soul, she had told me, she said, baby girl, you never stop learning. You
mm-mm,
never, she said, she was like, I'm old and I'm still learning. You never stop
yeah,
learning. Never shut
yeah,
your mind off to knowledge. And
right.
that's what causes you to become wise. And hopefully you can prevent someone that you meet from
From
going through the
doing
same mistakes
making
that
the
you
same
went through.
mistakes, right,
Yeah.
right. And
The
it's like
meaning
these
of
guys.
insanity, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. You're making
No,
a
what
good
I was
point.
going to say is the meaning of insanity means to repeat the same action over and over and expect different results. That's Albert Einstein.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
See, that's one I didn't know, so I'm gonna chalk that down in my little black book right there.
yeah, you
See,
know, you never heard that before.
no, you never, like you said before, we're never too old to learn.
Yeah,
And
yeah. The
just like
meaning,
with you,
yeah. That is actually when I learned that statement while I was in therapy in my early 20s, and it
mm-hmm,
actually was life changing for me. He said, if you're technically you're insane because you keep doing the same thing over and over, and you expect different results. And then he showed it to me. He had a book about Albert Einstein's life, and I said, wow. And for me was something that was very penetrating, and instantly I changed my ways because I didn't want to be insane.
and then really, everybody is bipolar. When you think about it, everybody is bipolar.
Hmm.
What does that mean? Bias too. Okay, so you got
Right,
this one part they can sit down and have a decent conversation, but the
right.
minute that word hits or it triggers you off, and then you're all in another zone. So if that's not being two persons at one being bipolar, what is it? You know,
Some
what?
people, some people are tripolar, like these, like these dogs over here. Okay,
Oh, leave them babies alone. They probably
they hear the neighbor, the kids. They're outside running around and playing, and they just can't. The dogs, they can't stand it. They want to go out and see if they got
really.
hot dogs for
Yeah. So life is constantly learning. We if we study something that we never studied before, we're learning. If we
them.
like me, I'm on YouTube. I'm learning about the StreamYard. I never was really having to know that so much knowledge that I can learn about this kind of stuff. And it's just
Right.
like when I was coming up as a DJ, as a young DJ. I did that before originally when I was 16 years old. There's certain type of
Wow.
music people want to hear. There's certain type of music that they'll dance to, certain type of music they'll cry to, and then certain
Hmm.
type of music they'll drink to. And you get really set the mood for them. They want to go home and make them babies.
I was
So
just about to say that, and I know there's baby. You probably how many babies out there is because of you spinning them records now.
I don't know, but I'm not taking credit for it. I'm not going to take credit for it because that's what they wanted to do when the feeling
Amen.
hit you. That's when the feeling hits you, you do it. Just like
Right.
me. The feeling might hit me 2 o'clock in the morning, get up and go to the casino. Now, do
Hmm.
I need to go? No, but that's what just hit me. That's my feelings, and I let everybody know. I'll go to the casino and come back a couple hours later, and then get on YouTube and hear what everybody's talking about. So,
Hmm.
and then I'll get sometimes.
I used to do the same. I'm too afraid to go to the casinos and the bars right now because of the COVID. I can't
COVID.
risk getting sick.
Well, that's true. I understand your point of view. But at my
Oh
age, and
yeah,
I'm
because I live out here in Vegas. They'll take their ass and gamble and be coughing and all. No, I'm cool. No, I'm out.
yeah,
No.
and it wasn't COVID then we just thought somebody had the flu or they were just coughing around us. But now
Hmm.
you sneeze in public and man, heads turn real quick.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
I almost
people
broke
out
my
there,
neck. Some lady started coughing. I thought my neck was gonna fall off. I turned around so damn hard.
well,
I almost broke my neck. Like, what the? Come on, baby, let's get out of here.
yeah, that goes the first thing that pops in your mind. Let me get the hell away from them.
Hmm. Yeah, didn't know you could move so fast, did you?
Ooh, trying to tell you, I'm sitting at a machine. I done already hit for 300. This woman's coughed next to me real bad. I
Ooh.
got up. I got my money out of there and got up because the machine was hitting good. From the moment she got to talking, I said, "Oh no, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Just get up and
Right, it
move."
ain't worth it.
Yeah, I moved to another part of the casino. But if I'd have glanced over at her earlier, I could have seen she was smoking. So I might have could have attributed that. Oh well, she probably got too much Newport in and got the choking or something, or coughing.
Right, right.
But
hmm
not seeing her smoking, and she coughed. It was time for me to go. I,
I wish I
I'm
could
not,
have seen the look on your face, cashing, cashing out, getting the heck
I
up on
did.
out of.
I got the heck up on out of there. Oh hell no, it ain't worth it. I won. I took that little 365 I won and got the hell out of there.
Hey, shoot. Hey, you never know. That might have been that could have been a blessing. She probably called because she wanted you to get up so she could take the machine and see.
Yeah, go ahead and get my machine. You're right about that. But I didn't think about it. I don't care. I was getting the safety.
Hey, let me tell you something. They'll do something to get to the machines. Look, I'm from Las Vegas, baby. I know how to go down to them casinos, boy. They have now the casinos that you go and play at. Do they? Is there rules? Because out here you can't sit next to a person. You have to. There's like they have plastic. You know, the
Right.
casinos down
They
here
put
is
up
a
the
park.
partitions. Yeah, they put up partitions between the machine. And at some that are really close where they can't put the partition in, they shut off three machines. So actually, those three machines being shut off does make you about 6 feet apart from the next person. You know,
Okay.
so oh yes, they're very, and they got hand sanitizer all over the place. And the only reason that they don't enforce the mask rules because the mask is because people smoke and they drink.
Oh.
Yeah, they smoke and they drink. So how the hell are you gonna drink and you can't pull? You got to pull your mask up to drink it, or you got to pull it up to smoke a cigarette.
Well, that's
Long.
why out here they have the plastic. You can't sit next to somebody, and they have the plastic divider so you can take your mask off and get your drink on, and you can, smoke or vape or whatever it
Right,
is. It's still they
right.
keep, they bust out the good stuff out here. They not playing. They need people to gamble to keep the heart of the city
You
going,
keep that
man. It's just
revenue
what it is.
right. That's exactly
Yeah.
what it is. You
Do
know.
you know when that first hit? I've never in my life ever seen a casino empty. I mean, like the strip. I never thought I would see anything like that ever in my life.
Honey, I never thought I'd see anything. I never thought I'd see a black president in my lifetime, but we had one.
Right?
So and to see businesses close up, like they are now, to me, it's weird. It's really weird. So
Very strange, isn't it?
that's something else. Yeah, there's something else I can look at. You know, this is happening. Whoever thought we'd be all wearing masks and walking around 6 feet apart? And I kind of wonder how the married couples get along like that. And then I'd be thinking to myself, well, some guys probably enjoying that because they didn't want to be around their wives anyway. So
The women too.
and the women too, you know.
Well, you
Uh,
know that statistically that domestic violence
risen. It has risen.
has increased
Right.
due to this pandemic. Yeah.
hmm And it's not because, and I'm not going to sit up and say because they've been around each other too long either. Let's face it. Some of these guys mad because they can't meet their little hoochie mamas out there.
And then a lot of times though, even though too, when people can still live in the same home with each other and they don't know each other. They don't really know each other. They've never spent that amount of time with each other because they have not been allotted or have the permission to be able to do so in regards to they have to work to pay bills.
Right, right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
come
They
in,
only have
I
a certain
come
amount
in,
of hours to be together.
right. I get up 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm going. I'm working maybe 16 hours a day. Your wife gets up. She goes to work. Well, she's not working 16. She might be working 12 hours. You get home. There's no sitting down. The wife doesn't have time to prepare dinner for the family. It's something instant. Nobody's sitting at the table really eating anymore. Somebody's
Right.
on the phone playing with their phone, or somebody's like we're doing now. We're on YouTube. We're talking to each other, and we don't have time to really sit, like you say, sit down and ask our wives or our spouses or anything, honey, how was your
hmm
day? You know. Do you want me to help you with the dishes? You know, you feel like going for a ride. I remember we used to go for Sunday rides. Our dad would put us all in the car with our mom, and we just go riding out in the countryside on Sundays. You know, and people don't do that anymore. It's like we don't have time to sit down and converse about how we feel about life, what we think about little bitty things, little bitty things. You know, even politics. We don't discuss politics with each other because one might be a Republican, for heaven's sake. The other one might be thinking Democratic. So,
Right.
you know, it's the world is. I think if men would take their time and think like men instead of, like they say, once a child, twice a man. I mean, twice a child, once a man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you're a man, you think like a man. When you start having them childish thoughts, that's when you need to talk to another man.
Right.
Uh, I've always sat around older people. That's my biggest problem right there. And I always say yes, ma'am, and no, sir to them. Even at 70, I still say yes, ma'am, and no, sir to people, even if they're not my age or they're older or whatever, because I was taught that way. You know, and that's to me that's a sign of being respectful. And I've had people
Right.
say, "I have to say yes, sir" to me. I said, "Well, it's a habit. When you form a habit that's good, it's hard to break.
Right.
And if
I
you
do that.
form,
I do that too. Yes, ma'am, no, sir.
yeah,
Stuff like that. You know,
right, because
I
you were
try. I
taught
try
that
to
way.
keep. I try to keep up with it. But sometimes somebody try to step on my toes, and then
Oh
something
yeah,
else
well,
come out.
well, of course, honey, you got you got them. Blame you for reverting back to the well. Okay, I got to get on your level type. Okay, but I'll get on your level for so long, and then after that, I'm done with you. You know, because
Right.
I don't have to argue with you every day, make myself miserable, or make myself feel inferior to you, because that's one
Right.
thing you never do. Make yourself feel inferior to another person, regardless of the situation. I had a friend who used to tell me, I may not always be right, but I'm never wrong. You know,
Hmm.
I'm thinking to myself, well, okay, she's not
Hmm.
always right, but she's never wrong. She
How
was
is
meaning
that?
that, yeah, well, she's meaning that she may not be right to me or even for me, but she's never wrong because that's her opinion. And how can you, I mean, how can you change another person's opinion if they're always feeling like they're right about something? Yeah. You know
Hmm.
they're
That's
not.
a.
You know.
That's a very. That's a very unique. Wait. Sound like she was trying to trick you.
Well,
A
I
hard.
think you,
Hey, a hard head makes a soft ass.
now
Okay.
that's the truth. That's the truth. That it will. But you know, I may not be right, but I'm never wrong. To me, is that well, okay? To you, I'm wrong for saying it, but to myself, I'm never wrong for saying what I say because that's my feelings. You know, if I tell myself I'm ugly and you look at me and tell me, no, you're not, you're a handsome man, I can say, well, no, I think you got the wrong opinion of me because I'm an ugly man to myself. See,
Hmm.
so
Well, I
I'm
mean
maybe
yeah, but I mean nobody, only the Heavenly Father is the one that's always right. So regardless if it's an opinion or fact, okay.
yeah, that's true. But but
I think I
how
think
many people always think they're right though? How many
well,
people
I
think
think
about
because
it?
people get stuck in they get stuck in their ways,
Right.
and taking accountability for an opinion that is detrimental for their development. It's another way not to take responsibility. That's a way to deflect,
There you
um,
go. Taking
and not take and
responsibility.
yeah, not taking personal responsibility for their therefore action.
You
Well,
said that.
well, I
You
have a
said
right. I can do this. I can. Yeah, you got a right to do all of that. You got a right to walk your ass out in the middle of traffic. Does you should do it?
you're right. There you go. You got free will, but you think I'm gonna take my free will and jump out of a building thinking I can fly? I don't think so.
Yeah,
Uh,
you won't flap neither. You will plop, flap. You will plop. Okay. Some might
Well,
go clunk.
well, just think about all the alcohol people are drinking their lifetimes. I remember when they had Thunderbird out. They were
Oh
talking
wow.
about people jumping out the window after drinking a bottle of Thunderbird, and we make a joke. Well, maybe he thought he was a Thunderbird and could fly. Yeah, no, that's not it. That's not it.
Ooh, child, that Thunderbird make strange things for some change. I heard.
Yeah,
Talk about all you
buddy.
need is a bit of Kool-Aid. No, all
Yeah,
you
they
gonna
talking
need
about
is a new liver after drinking that
after
shit.
drinking that Thunderbird. Yeah, do you talk about MD 2020? That wasn't nothing compared to Thunderbird and
Oh, baby.
Cisco.
Hey, you know that Mad Dog 2020 pops that have you going, why are you
Yeah,
hollering at
I,
the moon? It's sun outside. Cause I feel
yeah,
like howling.
I
Yeah, I
feel like
remember that thing.
hollering. Yeah. I'd have made it home and don't know how I made it home. Boy, oh boy, I tell you, I
Mhm.
done forgot even how to get home, but I made it home. That's crazy.
Right. By the
That's
grace of
crazy.
God, Thunderbird will make you think that you left. You won't even make it to the car. Wake up in the bathroom
Mhm.
on the floor. That Thunderbird wasn't no joke. I can't, you know what? I can't drink stuff like that no more. I try to
Well,
drink something like that, I'll be sick as a dog. I can't even smell it. I have to ingest premium liquor only. But I
well,
don't even really drink liquor too much
you know, the last time I
anymore.
had a tequila, do you actually know when the last time I had a shot of tequila? When I got
Was that
married,
your favorite? Was tequila your favorite?
tequila became my hated. I just had it. I had it for the first time in
Uh-huh.
'69, and that was the last time I had it.
Ooh, that tequila ain't no joke. Oh, it make you loca en
I,
la cabeza.
no,
Crazy in
I'm
the head.
telling
Make you be ay, ay, ay,
you.
ay, ay, ay. No, leave it. No, no,
Hey,
you gotta have a
don't
good
mess
liver
around
for
and eat
that.
the worm. Now you get the
Dude.
tequila with the worm in it. Oh,
Uh-uh.
see, that's what I had. I had just gotten married. This was in August. Hot summer day. We drove up to Chicago from where we lived at for the reception at a sister's house. And I met my new in-laws, and I got she got little nephews out there and old uncles. And I'm sitting out there on the porch. Well, we wasn't on the porch, we was back in the backyard drinking. I'd
Hmm.
already had gin, already had beer. I had rum. I had
Oh,
whiskey.
hell no. Ooh. Mm.
And here comes the little young nephew with a fifth of tequila with the worm in it.
Uh-oh. Mm-mm.
So I'm already had
Ooh.
racist. I was feeling super flatty in anyway. So
Oh, Lord.
he
You
dared
flew
me.
that day. Yeah,
He
you
dared
did
me.
fly.
He dared me to eat the worm.
You
The
ate
last
the worm.
I ate the damn worm, and that's the last thing I remember. You know where I woke up at? You know where I woke up at? Back at home. The wife, brand new bride, we just got married. She had to drive me home. And instead of her getting me out of the car, she went in the house and left me in the car all night.
She probably couldn't even get you out of the car.
No, because her nephews and them had gotten help her get me in the car. And when we got
Oh,
home, she couldn't get me out the car because I was so sloppy drunk. I didn't know where I was at or where I couldn't move or do nothing. She just
oh
left me in
Lord.
the seat.
Did
So
you have
me
did you have a hangover the next day?
had the worst hangover. I had a hangover for 3 days.
I was
It
gonna
wasn't,
say,
that was a
that
3 day
had you
hangover.
probably was sick for a week.
It was a 3 day hangover. But every day, all in 3 days, I got up and looked at my newly bride. She looked at me and said, "You dumbass, you dumbass." and, and she laughed about that. We laugh about it today, even though we're divorced, we've been divorced for years, but she still laughs about that day because number one, we got married, went on reception, and we didn't consummate our marriage that night.
I
So,
was gonna ask you, that was the wedding night, so apparently you didn't get it in. You got it in with
nope.
that worm. That worm was supposed to see. Now you know that for y'all out there, that tequila, when you get down to the bottom of the bottle and you eat the worm, is supposed to give you good luck and wisdom. He didn't get no Uchi Wally Wally Bang Bang Tickle Willy Willy on his wedding night. So just use that for future reference. Thank you.
There you go. I sure didn't, man. I tell you. And never again have I drank tequila. Never.
You know
Never.
what? I had went out with my homegirls. This was probably, how long ago was this? This was probably about 7 years ago. And
Okay.
I never heard of this drink before. It's called Fireball. And it tastes like cinnamon candy.
Oh no, I don't
Ooh.
like cinnamon anyway. I'm sorry to say. I don't
Oh
like
Lord.
cinnamon.
And she kept saying, have more, have more. All I know is I ended up in the hospital for a week. I'll never drink that shit again. Fire,
Uh-uh.
you ain't never got drunk until you hang out with a bunch of Irish white folk. I tell you that. They'll keep buying you drink after drink after drink after drink after drink to where you be like, no, just give me water. No, you have to drink. You have to drink
Happy.
with me. No, I don't want to drink no more. I think we went through bottle after bottle that we was up gambling, all kinds of stuff. And I got home and I fainted and it was like, I was like, I need to go to the hospital. I was sick. I poisoned myself. I drank too much.
Oh wow. I drank a lot coming up in my lifetime, but as far as alcohol poisoning and all that stuff, no. I had plenty of hangovers. I'm not going to lie about that because I started drinking what my dad used to drink. He used to drink Bacardi 151. But,
Ooh, child. Ooh, that
well,
151. You got to be careful. You light a cigarette, you'll burn your hair nostrils and your.
it's just like Everclear. Light that up in a glass, burn it. You know, you used to drink Blue Flames.
Mm-hmm.
If you drink them Blue Flames, okay. You have to be careful when you're tilting that glass. Get that alcohol on you.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
no.
my ex-husband and his family used to drink all that kind of stuff, that Bacardi and the 151 proof, and
Yeah.
they'll get drunk and go out in the backyard and fight each other, and the next minute
Oh
they be
yeah.
crying, and the next
Making
minute they rapping, and I don't know what the hell they
mhm.
did, all kinds of stuff.
So that's a family that really they respect and love each other. But when alcohol is involved, I believe if Jesus had been a drunk, he'd have changed his way of thinking too. I hate to say it like that, but that's the truth. If
Mhm.
God had started drinking like human beings drink, oh man, ooh wee, there would be a whole lot of stuff going on, you know. But
Mhm.
alcohol changes a person. I don't give a damn who they are. It'll change your persona, and that's where you come into with that triple people. You know, you triple polar in. You
Oh,
could be
tripolar.
bipolar, yeah. You
Yeah, you
bi-
tripolar there. You doing more than mental gymnastics.
oh yeah,
Gymnastics. Yeah.
yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. You think you can do the splits, man? Oh no. Let me try to do this. I know damn well I can't do the splits now. I'm not going to try to do nothing when I was 30, 40, even 50 years old now. I'm not going to try that stuff. No, no, baby.
You drank that 151. You
Yeah,
mess around and need a hip replacement.
yeah. That's why I said I drank it when I was younger. You know,
Hmm.
no. And like they talking about gin make you sin. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
changed
Oh
a
yeah.
lot.
Jim will make you sin.
I said a lot drinking gin.
Yeah. Yeah. Jenna make you do some things.
Well,
Yes.
we better quit talking about alcohol before they be saying, there's a bunch of drunks all their lives.
Hey, everybody got a vice. Everybody ain't able. I am sober today and the day before and the day before that. I haven't had a
well,
drink in a while, but
well, I can't raise
but
my hand
now
to that one,
but now
sweetheart.
I'm feeling a little thirsty.
Thirsty.
Now you got me. Now you made me want to go get a. Now you made me want to go to the store.
No, don't go to the store, though, and don't blame it on me now. Let's get that.
You know
No,
that's how people do. They want to blame the other person. Yeah,
well,
well, yeah. Pops came over here and he forced me to go to the store and get something to drink. It's all his fault. Make commentary off it all week long, just trying to start mess. These people is pitiful. I'm telling
yeah, I'm definitely gonna blame it on the alcohol. That have a thing to do with it.
you. Blame it on the alcohol.
All right. Shoot, I know how to get out of something. Hey, baby. It wasn't me, baby. It wasn't me.
Okay, it wasn't me.
If you see me, it wasn't me. That's amazing how some songs reflect on what people have done in life too. Because I don't lie, saying it wasn't me. You see coming out of there.
One of my daughters is good at that. It wasn't me, Mama. I said that should be your middle name. It's never you, is it? No, Mama, it
Yeah,
wasn't me.
you
And
be
get the hell.
standing right there. Standing
Mhm.
right there looking at them, and it wasn't him. And I never had a twin. My mama didn't have twins, so hey, you, if you're man enough to do it, my daddy told me, if you're man enough to do it, you're man enough to take it. So bend over here and get this ass whooping.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got many of them, not from my dad, but more so from my mama, because my daddy was real heavy-handed, and
Mhm.
he let mama whoop
Ooh.
his. And then mama would get to crying when we get to crying and she have to stop.
did your mama would your mama catch you while you was getting out the shower or the tub with that belt?
Oh no, we had willow switches there.
Oh Lord,
My,
not the switch when you getting out the not the switch after you got out the tub now. Did you get one of
yeah,
them?
the willow
Oh,
switches.
ow.
We had 3 willow switches in the yard. My daddy planted willow trees. Man, mama go out there and get them willow to get three
Oh, not the willow tree.
braid them willow switches up. Man, that's worse than you getting hit with an iron cord. You know.
Mm.
But nowadays, you hit your kid with a feather duster, and that's adult abuse. I mean, that's child abuse. Yeah, the
It
brain don't
depends
switch
on
it.
what it depends on what state. It depends on what state you're in. In Nevada, it's a corporal punishment state. You can spank your children as long as you don't, leave
Big webs and bruises on.
lacerations and stuff like that.
Right,
Yeah, but you
right.
can you can you can pop them if you gotta learn how to do them real quick hit. Pop 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 in different areas, and then you don't leave no bruises. They just be like, "What the hell I do, Mom? What you
Shit,
say?" No.
I seen a woman here in Missouri hit her child on the butt for taking something off the shelf. You know, they called the police on her. She just popped the child.
I'm not
But
surprised, but they're not gonna raise that child, pay for that child, or none of that stuff.
none of that stuff, right?
I'm not saying that you should spank a child and try to beat a child into submission or
No,
anything like that. No, I mean abuse is abuse is
right.
abuse. But with social media and these video games and things like that or whatever, a lot of these kids have access to things, even no matter how many protections and privacy settings and stuff like that. They can go over to a friend's house and the parents
Right.
can be holier than thou. The kids are going to get into things, period. It just is what it is.
It
And
is
all
what
you
it is.
can do is,
And kids are more
raise the
smarter
child up the
today
way
when I
that
was
you hope
coming
for
up.
them to be.
Right. They're more smarter too. I got a little
Oh, yeah,
son.
they're real smart.
Yeah, I got a little 3-year-old that can get on a PlayStation and play it just as good as I can. You know, so
Wow. A 3-year-old on PlayStation?
a 3-year-old, I
I'm
seen
not
it.
surprised. Damn.
Hmm. Yeah, and what 8 or 9-year-olds with cell phones and TikToking and all that good stuff. You know, come on. I don't even know nothing about TikTok. I wouldn't know how
I
to.
don't know. I ain't been on TikTok neither.
Yeah. And then the ones where you put your little characters over your face and all that kind of stuff. You get up
Hmm.
on the phone and like you're messaging somebody and they have these little characters that come on and make you a cat ears in it and all that. Now that kind of stuff really don't interest me, but I wouldn't mind doing it every once in a while, but I said, nah, yeah, I leave that for the younger generation to do. There's some things that I know not to really step in because the younger people are doing it. And that's another thing. When old folks learn what young people know, they have a tendency to say, oh hell, we need to try to do something else now because here he come. He know what we doing. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the way I feel about it because I love life. That's all I do. I say I love life, and I'm glad I made it this far because there's a whole lot of friends that I went to school with, grew up around. You know, they're not here anymore on account of
Yeah.
stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm. Let
Not
me
yeah.
ask. Let me ask you. Let me ask you a question. Let me give
Mhm.
you a little. Let me give you a little interview. How long have you been on YouTube?
Honestly, as a person that voices their opinion, I say this is my. It hasn't been a year. I think I started
Mm-hmm.
listening to it in 2019, and I got active this year, 2020, far as talking with people on YouTube and everything. And I'm not. I'm still a baby at this. Like I said, I'm still a baby.
Right. Still
I'll
learning.
right. I'm still learning. You know.
Who? Give me your top five favorite YouTubers.
Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble about this. Okay, I'm gonna
Number
stop.
one, Nicole. Number one is Nicole Reloaded. Okay, and then number two, I'm just kidding.
Okay. All right. Number five, far as listening to and feeling good, is Madam Jasmine.
Okay, Madam Jasmine. Shout
See
out to
that?
Madam Jasmine.
Yeah. Number four, oh God, if I say this, I'm going to get hammered. I'm going to say number four is Sir King.
Ooh, I figured that one he would be in one of your top five though.
Number
Okay, I'm not
three,
shocked.
number three is Brianna.
Okay, okay.
Number
Oh,
two,
Kwani.
oh,
No.
yeah, you got it right there. You got it right. It's Kwani. And the number one for me, because I love both of them so much and they're always arguing over me, it's a tie. And that would
James.
be Spill It Boy, yep, and the Duchess.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Like I said, it's hard to separate people like that because they all bring something to the table for me. Now, I don't know what I bring to the table for them, but I know what they bring to the table for me. And I'm going to include you in that too. Matter of fact, I'm going to put you up there with Bree. You and Bree on the same number because I'm not going to put you
Oh,
down there
thank
with
you.
the fellas because
No,
you all bring something special. Well, those are my five top YouTubers, really, really. My five
okay,
top.
here comes the dangerous question.
Uh
Dun dun
oh.
dun dun. Wait, let me see if I let me put a disclaimer up here. Hold on. Let me get my I don't want to get I shot the sheriff.
Well,
Oh.
I'm gonna be the deputy
Okay, wait, I'm trying to find it. Okay, here, this is for your question. Look.
Challenge.
Okay, who is your top five content creators that you do not favor?
here. That
Uh-oh.
you know what? Here it goes. Uh, oh God, because I started out good with them and then it went haywire.
You can, if you want to take the fifth. I don't. We might get our ass whooped, so we better be careful.
I'm definitely going to take the fifth on that because like I said, I tell everybody I love them, and I do love them in a certain way. But there's sometimes when you're so nasty, you're so downright mean.
Hmm.
It's just I know I can't go along with you on everything that you say, and
Hmm.
I really don't want to. Like I said, I want to be beefing with anybody. I really don't. If I tell you I love you, I love you. Don't just get mad at me because I say I like somebody better than you do. No, I don't like them better. I like the content that they create for me within my soul and spirit. You know. Uh,
Well, I mean, but YouTube is for you. It's your tube that you decide to watch. That I mean,
right.
just because someone I like tech videos, that doesn't
Oh, wait
mean
a minute.
that.
Hold on a minute. I do know somebody I do hate on YouTube.
Oh, don't
Oh, I
say
do.
hate. That's a strong
Well, dislike.
dislike.
Dislike. Dislike. Number one,
Oh
Tommy
Lord,
Tommy Sotomayor.
really?
Really, really.
Oh
I'm gonna
my.
say I don't care where it gets out on the airwaves at, because the way that man plays down black women, talks out black women, even though they're wrong sometimes. You don't have to make them look like animals. You don't have to talk to them like animals. You know, you don't have to try to disgrace them. To me, a
Hmm.
black man doing that kind of stuff to a black woman does not deserve my rah 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 sis boom bah.
Yeah.
So, and even though there are some women that love Tommy Sotomayor, you know,
Hmm.
so, but far as me as being an older man and an old man, anytime you can get on there and talk about women's tails and you know talk about how their looks and their actions and their kids and stuff. No, no, man, you don't do that to a woman. You forget you came from a woman, you know. And his mother's supposed to be a Baptist minister or a preacher or something. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, yeah. She has a church. She has a church actually, but no, he's my number one content creator that I really dislike. I truly dislike because of the simple fact the way he treats women. Period. Period. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a way of he has a very way of expressing himself.
Mm-hmm. And he's never wrong. He wants to always be right. You know. And I think he's mad because I think he's really mad because he does have to pay child support. You know. But let's quit talking about him because he'll be on the station talking about, yeah, they're talking about me on YouTube and they don't even subscribe to me. So,
Yeah.
so let's face it, we got some Tommy Sotomayor supporters on here. They'll go back and report to Tommy. Hey, Tommy, you know that they were talking about you on Miss Nicole's channel?
Oh Lord Jesus, no! Please don't go back and tell that man that he did already came over here talking about y'all over here dissing. I'm like, no, bro, I'm not. I ain't said Nathan, brother. I am not trying to go YouTube sector viral by getting dragged by him. That is not something
No,
that I would
me
like to
and me.
participate in.
Well, really, me either. But if he does, so be it. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of going back to doing that. I made that mistake myself with when I first actually came on a platform and mentioned somebody, and that was it. Boy, woo. And then I thought about it. You know what? I let them other people get to my head about that stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and apologize to this woman because I had no business saying it. You know,
Was you being a bad boy?
no, I wasn't a bad. I was just, I don't know. It got into my feelings because she said something after what I said. And, I got into my feeling. And, you can talk about me all day long, call me all kind of EMFs and everything. But when you bring my mother into it, and I never brought your mother
Oh,
into it, so,
yeah.
and then everybody want to think I'm a little punk because I'm getting all upset because she mentioned my mom, you know, and my mom's been dead for over 30 years. So,
Right.
you know, the way I look at it, you fight that person. You don't fight their child. You don't fight their husband. You don't fight anybody
Right.
but the person that you're conversing with, you know.
Right. To
So,
bring in other
yeah,
family
women,
members and stuff like that. Yeah.
if we're out in the street fighting, you going you think I'm gonna call my brothers to help me? Oh no, I fight my own battles. You think I'm gonna talk about your sister when I'm the one that got the beef with you, or I'm gonna talk about your mama when I got beef with you? I'm beating your ass? No,
Oh,
no,
you see.
no. I don't need no help. I don't need no help.
He said you don't need no help for that to whoop that
Mm.
ass.
No. And the older I am, they ought to realize as older I am, I don't give a damn. Because all they're going to do is lock my ass up. I'll put your ass 6 feet under. And I still get fed 3 square meals a day, a hot cot, a hot meal and a cot, and I'll be able to watch TV. And the way prison's going now, you still get on YouTube, you still talk to people, you still got your phone service, but you laying down there and the worms making a bed out of you. So
Oh
you
Lord.
have to be careful with how you challenge people and how you do things. That's
Yeah,
another thing.
that's true. Because you don't know what somebody you
You don't
don't
know what?
the tongue is the most powerful weapon,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the most powerful tool on earth. It can a statement can shake a nation.
Yes, it can. The truth shall set you free. And the truth of the matter is, me, I know how I am as an old man. I know I was raised as a young man and in between, and the shit that I did in between.
Right.
So, and thank by the grace of God, I'm not locked up in prison. Out of 70 years of living, I only been to prison one time in my life. And then I waited till after I was over 55 years old to get locked up. My mom was already dead. That's why a lot of things I didn't do to go to jail
Mhm.
because I respect my mother. But after my mother died, I don't give a shit about nothing. Nobody can tell me what I need to do. Oh,
Mhm.
so, and if you want to say you want to come at me, I'll give you my address. If you doxing me anyway, look it up. You know where I live at? Come on. But I
Mhm.
guarantee you won't leave from here. Take a picture of my house if you want to. I don't give a shit because I rent anyway. I don't own. The only
Right.
home I ever owned was with my kids' mom. We had a home built right after I got out of service around
Mhm.
72. So if you want to know all that information, just ask me. I'll tell you. You ain't got to and then get on YouTube. Yeah, this is what he used to be. This is how he used to be. I'm still the same damn way. I will come find you and kick your ass and go back home. That's what I got
I
locked up.
I don't
No. Mm.
I don't want you kicking. I don't want
No, but see, if you come looking for trouble, it's gonna find you. I'm not gonna tell you I'm coming to your house and I don't never show up. If I tell you I'm coming, you best believe I'm coming. And the same token, don't tell me you're coming to my house because I'm waiting for you. And if I see you get a block within the house, I'm coming out blast
you.
you because
I kicked
you
myself
already
out.
it's all
Sorry.
right. You already got yourself on notice that you were gonna come see me. So that's self-defense right there.
Right. Right.
I, well, hey, they already told me. Here's the YouTube shit. So you have to be careful. And then there's some people out there, like you said, that are actually maniacs and are crazy. You know,
Yeah.
they wish they,
There are people that one day they're gonna say something to the wrong person
mm,
at the
wrong,
wrong time, and that
right?
individual is actually gonna that. And unfortunately, that individual is gonna
They're gonna
they're gonna
travel.
test that gangster.
Yeah, and then look at
That's not cool, man. That's not. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I haven't. You know what I'm saying? Gave someone a
neither.
tongue lashes
Yeah,
or received one, but to dox somebody and expose where they live and their credit report and then their neighbors
I'll
and
tell
putting
you.
their house and all that
Tell you
that
right
is
now,
just
my credit ain't good.
wrong.
You want to ask me about my credit? I bet you that son bitch under 300 probably. I don't care. But I'm living a good life. For me, I'm living a good life. I'm happy. You know, I'm fine with it. So I can't go out there and buy a brand new car on the spot. Big boopy deal. At least I got one, you know.
Well,
So I
the thing is that they utilize that as it's a shaming tactic. It's to
right.
shame you, and it definitely will usually get a person. Put some people get so embarrassed and so ashamed that they'll back off and leave the person alone, and then some people
Yeah.
will. Because after doxing and then showing all of that, what is the ante that's left yet? What is the next step? How bigger do you have to go? What is the next thing that you're going to do to wow your audience?
Uh, I don't know what they can wow me with. I mean, what can they say that it's gonna make me wow? Go, oh shit! I didn't want them to know that because if you ask me, I'm gonna be an honest man and tell you. And if you ask me how many times I have sex a year, well, personally, ain't none of your business. But if you really want to know, blah blah blah, this these many times, you know. I'm
Right.
so old. I'm so old. I can't get it up. Well, if I can't get it up, doggone it, maybe you ought to try the stuff I use and see why I get women. There it is. You know, and it's not
Right.
about being intimate with a person or what you got or the size or can you get it up or not. It's the way that you treat a woman and how you feel. You can feel sexually, emotionally satisfied just by being treated right, being
Right.
pampered, being cared
Hmm.
about. You know,
Some
it's not.
people don't think that. A lot of people think that that it's about, penetration
Yeah, that's what they think.
and all of that. And some people, yeah, but after that, what about how the person feels? What about handling business? You know what
Right,
I'm saying? Those type of things. Like,
right, right. I've had many young ladies just tell me, say, I don't want to do anything. I just want to lay in your arms and watch TV, or we lay here and discuss something. I could be rock hard as a bowler. You think I'm gonna dishonor her with that? Come on, baby, you got to give no, because
right,
the satisfaction that I get is knowing that I satisfied you doing what you wanted done. It's not about sex all the time. It's about sitting or laying with a person and listening to them, their feelings, their emotions. You know, and like I said, I'll cry at a drop of a hat at a sad movie. You look over me, what the hell are you crying for? Well, goddamn, look at what she did to him. You know, so I'm a very emotional person. Yes, I cry. I do cry. So because I got this, and it doesn't hurt a man to admit that you get some that, oh, I'm too big for that. I'm too bad for that. Can't no woman tell me what to do. I don't like no
right.
woman. Man, come on, come on. That's why you're lonely, and at my age, I'm not. You know, even
Hmm.
though even though I live by myself, I have women friends. I have plenty of women friends. I got more women friends than I do men friends. It's
Right.
just the way that you treat them. And it's like I said, it's not about sex all the time. It's not.
Hmm.
It's
Well, I mean,
create.
shoot, a majority of women haven't even experienced orgasms, unfortunately, because the man doesn't take the time to get into the woman's mind to stimulate that part of the
Right.
body that will give them an actual orgasm. Many women,
Right.
it's probably about what,
I'd say
75%
like
of women.
75,
The
anywhere from 73 to 75%.
Yeah, and a lot of you gotta get into a woman's mind. Some of them just be doing it, but they never experience orgasms. No.
So because a woman is trained as a child, as a young girl coming up, the only thing they're supposed to do is satisfy their husbands. And that's a bunch of malarkey. I don't believe in that. I was never taught wham bam, thank you, ma'am kind of stuff,
Right.
because I was raised up with a loving mother and we could ask her any kind of questions. And I had two older sisters, and they would tell me everything. And their girlfriends, oh man, let me tell you, I'll be young. I'm a little young whippersnapper, 13, 14 years old. They tell me in a minute, no, 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 don't you do it like this. Shit. Don't grab that nipple and just pull it in your mouth. And yeah, I've been taught about it. At 17, before I got married. At 17, I was messing around with my mama's best friend, and my mama
Ooh, you
was.
was a bad boy.
I'm not ashamed to admit it. Yes, I was a devil growing up. I was. I was a male whore. I was a male
you
whore.
was a you was a whore.
I wasn't selling it. I wasn't really selling it. I was just giving it away to the females that wanted it. That's all.
Hey, you was a young strapping man throwing
Yeah.
it down on all the poutine you can.
Well, yeah. And I learned at an early age that you wrap it up. Now they holler about wrap it up now. Oh, hell, I was wrapping it up way back before it was customary to wrap it up. See, because some of the young women I was messing with had husbands and they didn't want to end up pregnant. You see what I'm saying? So,
you was doing
hey, I'll admit it. There's no
you
shame in
was
my game.
you was doing what?
I was wrapping it up because I was with some married women and they didn't want to get pregnant by no young whippersnapper. See, so come on, let's face it. Mm-mm. And
You said
I was too young to be sued for child support. So
Wait, hold on.
Oh no. Oh my God, Jesus.
well, to be honest with you, when I think I was 7 or 8 years old, well, no, I was 7 years old. We had a babysitter, and the babysitter kind of taught me a little bit what to do. Let's face it, there are some women out
Wait,
there
wait, 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 wait. Hold on.
that
What?
there's some babysitter. There was a babysitter.
How old was this babysitter? Was she 7 too?
No, heck no. Are you kidding? I think I don't want to mention her name because I think she was like 15, 16 years old. 15 or
Mm.
16. Yeah.
I mean, guys don't. Some men don't look at that as. I don't want to say the word on the platform, but you
Molestation.
know what that.
Yep.
You know
Yep.
what
Yep.
that is.
Yep. 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 I knew it, but back then, hey, and then men are different from women anyway. Like I
You
said,
wasn't a man though. You wasn't. You wasn't
I
a
was
man at that time.
okay, honey, here's what I'm saying. Young boys, they grow into be men, don't think about that kind of stuff. You say we're always thinking with our other little head instead of the head on our shoulders.
Yeah.
So men have to be real. We do think with our head down there instead of ones on our shoulder. Because look at it, if we'd have been thinking with our head, sometimes we would have made the wrong choices with women in life. And then
Yeah.
we get mad. We get mad at the woman because she wants to make the point. And then when we're sitting here, well, what did I do wrong? You thought with that other head instead of the head on your shoulder, fool. You didn't look at her if she like to clean, sit around with you, and don't be out there in the streets all the time partying with her friends, or she know how to cook, all this stuff. You just looking at the booty cane.
Mm.
And like I said, that's God's greatest gift to man, but he don't know how to use it. He don't know how to use
Yeah.
it. Just like you say, women aren't sexually satisfied by men 9 times out of 10. So why do you think they go out and get a well endowed man? It's not the point that he's well endowed. He could be a pencil, as my dad used to call us when we were little boys, pencil dick. And long as if he could satisfy that woman, and like you said, don't have to be penetration. Get into her mindset. Get her to where she wants to be fulfilled. The mere touch, you should be able to touch your spouse and she explodes at times.
Well, that's intimate. That's tapping into intimacy and massaging, and women need to be able to feel safe. A woman can
Right.
a woman can buck, but
Right.
going into that other vortex, that's a
Yes.
whole different level.
And the main thing,
And as for me, I can't climax if my bills ain't paid. I'm just saying.
well,
I
that's
mean,
another thing.
I'm not gonna be laying up with no man, and I'm hungry, or I need
Right,
some.
there you go.
I'm in
There you
need of.
go.
I mean, of a real, true need. Not that I can't take care of myself, but I'm
Right.
not gonna be up in doing my thug easy with you, and I have a real, true need, and you saying that you love me and care for me, and you want to be there for me. No, that doesn't make sense. But
No,
bend over,
no,
no,
it
bend
doesn't.
over, no.
No, it doesn't make sense. I would
And a
rather.
man doesn't deserve that neither. A woman should be there for a man financially, physically, spiritually, and mentally. I believe it should go both ways. But
Now
people
that
think when you say finances, though, they think that means you're running to the bank. I might have the financial advice that can turn you into a multimillionaire.
right.
You get what I'm
That's
saying?
I get what you're saying too. But the way we're raised and equated, that if somebody doesn't have something to offer us besides money, money is the first thing. That's what they look at in a person. What's their financial situation? How rich is he, or can he afford this car? Can he afford me a new pair of shoes? But they're not
And
thinking that.
you know what I tell them? This is what I tell them, Pops.
Oh yeah, get his ass out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Got to go. Got to go. Got to go. Got to go. Get him out of him. Get him out of him.
There you go, buddy. There you go. If you
That's what you tell them. Get them out of here.
right, Because if you
The
can't even
Bible
buy
says
woman,
be fruitful. The Bible says be fruitful and multiply on all things. You know what somebody asked me? What would what is my truest desire as I got older? And I said peace. I said,
right,
because if I have peace, I can think. And if I can think, I can obtain knowledge. And with knowledge, I can obtain wisdom. And wisdom will bring me the things that I need.
there
Hello?
you go. Hello.
They ain't ready for that type of teaching.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. And it's, you'd be surprised that a lot of women really don't think like that either. Just like men don't think that way.
Right.
You know,
But a lot of times, though, it's because when you know better, you do better. Some think, I've been there before too, that you can't get out of whatever that rut might be. If it's finances, mental health, you know what I'm saying? Generational curses,
this is right.
the dynamic of a family. You and the man might be great, and the family members hate each other. That causes issues. A
It
family
does.
member can die. People go through depression, all kinds of stuff.
All kind of stuff, right?
And that's why
And
if you have peace, then you can learn how to deal with patience to help you go through the normal course of life.
your life, right? You don't you want to relax, but you don't want to over relax. You
Right.
know, you don't
Well,
relax
my
too much.
pastor would say you sleep when you're dead. So,
hmm hmm Because we all have dreams, so we
well, you know what
deserve.
my mama used to say. My mama used to say that we in a microwave society.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying? They
I know
wanted
what you're saying.
instant gratification. Good
Yeah,
things come to those who wait. A
we
good
wait
bottle of wine been sitting up
for years.
and steeping for a while, right?
Right, right. Your
Okay
your
then.
highest, your highest whiskeys and even whiskeys and stuff sit up for years. And then when you look at the price on them, you be saying, golly, because I went to a liquor store one day and they had a bottle of this whiskey that was $1,000. Now I thought to myself,
What was it? Louis the 13th, or what is
mm,
that called?
I
Yeah,
don't
have
know
you ever
what.
had Louis the 13th? I think that's
No,
what it's called. Let me look it
no,
up.
I haven't had Louis. I haven't had Louis the 14th, 15th, or none of that kind of stuff.
Let me see.
Anything, I'll put it this way: anything that'll cost me over $100 a bottle, I don't think I want it. I don't think I
I
want it.
didn't say that. Yeah, I've had it before. Yep, that's a very, it's a very, yep, It was Louis the 13th. It's a cognac. The one that
Right.
I had, I popped it open with my with a anyway, I don't want to dox the lady. Anyway, but she said I had divorced my ex-husband, and she said it was New Year's. She said, I'm so glad you left that, got the strength to leave that sorry mother so and so. She said, we gonna drink good
We
tonight.
gonna
And
drink.
she brought out a bottle that cost 10 grand that was gifted to her. It
Oh
was
no, no,
gifted to her.
no.
That was the best. I'm not a liquor drinker like that, but you talking about smooth.
It's like
You,
you're
I
taking a
mean,
drink of water.
oh my
Yeah.
God, it was so light. And then she made me steak and all of that. And she said, the next time you get with a man, you make sure he treats you like this. You get what I'm saying? He
I
might
get
can't
what
do
you're
it all
saying.
the time, but to show you that you loved and cared, cared about. I couldn't believe
Right.
she popped that bottle on me like that. 10 grand.
hmm A lot of
Yeah,
you'd be surprised.
she
A
was a
lot of people
but out here in Vegas, you can actually get the opportunity to taste some of the best liquor.
liquor in the world,
Um,
right?
yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
they take on wine tasting. These little wine tasting countries that we got here, even in Missouri, you can go out for wine taste tests and all that. But for the
Mhm.
real good alcohol and stuff, you have to go somewhere like in a big city, like even in Vegas. The most is like I say, a 10,000 bottle of liquor. Where are you going to taste that at here? You know,
Mhm. Because
yeah,
you're talking about a $350, per shot,
per
five hundred
shot,
dollars a shot.
$500 a shot, right?
That's why I was
And
trying to tell some dude talking about I'll take you to IHOP. What?
Well, I don't know that.
I'm just saying that ain't.
I know.
I'm not hating
I
against
know. I
IHOP, but
know.
what I'm saying is I will spill more on you cooking you the first meal I ever cooked for
Meal.
you. Why are you gonna
Right.
take me to IHOP? You might as
Okay,
well
I
just take
get
me to
you.
a pub with a coupon. You can take
I
me
get
to the
you,
you
Drew.
can take me to the bar at 12 o'clock and we get a $5 selection. Like no, bro. Like no.
It
He like
doesn't.
then I'm gonna take you to Red Lobster. I said I don't eat that shit neither.
Well, it's like this, you know.
No, but you know what he said? Well, what do you want? I said you can take me to Five Guys. You just assumed I wanted somewhere expensive.
Right
Everybody's
there.
different. I want to go
They,
watch a football game and eat some chicken wings, bro. It ain't that serious.
mhm.
I want
It's
some
not that
conversation.
right. It's not. That's what I'm saying. And she's not a young lady. It's an older lady. She'll tell me in a heartbeat. Hell, I don't want to do nothing. Let's stay home and pop some popcorn. You
Right.
know, it's not about
But
what
but
it's
that's conversation and
mhm.
quality time is what that
Right,
is.
right.
Intimacy.
Yeah. And I've had a lot of that in my lifetime, but I didn't know how to use it older. You see what I'm saying? We
So what
waste a
when
lot
you
of we
so
waste
when
I
you
wasted a lot
received
of my youth
intimacy
on
you didn't
stupid.
know?
I wasted a lot of my youth on stupid things. Like I said, I
Yeah.
was a DJ for a while. I had the ladies up there with me, and I was even, and I'll show you how a dog ass I was. I was going with this woman, and she introduced me to her niece, and both her and her niece like me. So I'm a young buck, like I'm saying. Why not get with both of them? Because that's that's the way I thought men should do, and it's not that way. When you're with a woman, you're with that woman. If you're in a relationship with a woman, you can still have female friends and talk about
Right.
things without wanting to get under their clothes. But a lot of men, and I'm going to say it, and I'll probably get the haters thrown at me, get bashed about it. A lot of men think like dogs. We got to
Right.
get the most where we can. So it doesn't work like that. It's not that way. You treat a person the way you want to be treated. And I look at it this way. I would rather for my woman to treat me with all the respect that I'm due as a man that's taking care of her than to treat me as an object. The only thing
You
I'm
better
good
tell
for.
it. A man doesn't want to be treated. I mean, yeah, when they're young, because your testosterone levels, when you're younger, men hit their sexual peak. I mean, in their early 20s.
Yeah, yeah.
Women don't hit their sexual peak until their mid 30s.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, so you need a
I
woman
don't
that's
have
in her 40s. She ready to get, she ready to what Uncle Tim say, the bang gang, the
bang,
bang.
yang, yang.
What is that? What is that? What song is that? The bang. I
But
I just be cracking up when he say, "What is
I
the bang
don't.
gang?"
To me, with Uncle Tim, it's like the bang yang is you say you got everything, but you don't have it. You think you're banging, and you're not banging. You bang yang, but you no, because I seen that challenge.
Oh
Here I
Lord,
go. Here I
Uncle
go. Okay.
Uncle Tim is Uncle Tim is a wordsmith. I said, Lord Jesus, I would never want him to get in my ass with the way. Oh Lord Jesus. Oh, I said, and he from the. I said, can't nobody read you down like a West Coast older.
Yeah,
Oh Lord, they fast talking too. You'll
yeah,
get
yeah.
your
But
feelings
see,
hurt.
this man has been through stuff, and he's written about it. He's written a book. His book is there. He tells you can go buy the book, and it tells his life story. Now, when you try
Hmm.
to take something that a person had already wrote, and it's his true life story, and you want to try to make fun of it or turn it around, you're
Right,
the ass because this man is he done lived his life, and he's living an even better life. He realizes
right,
from the mistakes that how he
right,
did. So
right,
it's no change to his game when you try to challenge him about something that he's doing now, how he's living now. What
right,
the hell do you have to show him? You can't
right,
show him anything. You
right,
can't show him anything. And his apartment is immaculate. It's beautiful for a man. Well,
right.
it's beautiful. The stuff he has in there, the artwork, the pictures, the rugs on the floor, it's beautiful. So I just
Yeah.
don't know why another female would want to come after him like that when, and I'm going to talk about it, she doesn't have anything to show in her house or her apartment. And then everybody study talking about her living in a little 1 bedroom or whatever, 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom apartment with a broke down air conditioner
Oh,
and a,
child.
and a box fan. Like I said, woo child. But it's
Ooh,
not it's
not,
not the judge.
not the best.
It's not the judge or anything. But when I see both sides of the story, I can go with the person that's more right about it than I will the person that's wrong. You know, how can
Mm-hmm.
you talk about this man and he's driving a Mercedes and you pushing a Volkswagen? See?
Right.
So there it is.
See, and my thing is, like it, I could get the roasting and gagging and stuff like that, but when it gets really deep like that, it just really saddens me because I know that our haters, the ones that really truly hate us, they sit
Right,
back and eat that mess up like, look at them ignorant niggers. We don't got to do nothing to them. We don't got to
right.
do nothing to them. They'll tear themselves apart. They just sit back and rejoice
Sit back. Right.
over it.
Don't think
You know what
and
I'm
don't
saying?
think
And that's
there's
the
no
part that maybe I'm just too sensitive, pops. I don't know.
no, it's not being too sensitive. It's using common sense. Because we know for a fact that there are white people on YouTube listening to black people and saying things to their other white counterparts about how we treat each other on YouTube. See?
Yeah.
So, but you're not gonna find a black person now. If I really want to find out about the Klansmen and what they think about us and all that, they got channels out there with that kind of stuff. But do I want
Right.
to go see it or hear it? No, because I already know what they think about me, you know.
Right. Right.
So
Mhm.
it's crazy how we do each other and when you think about it, we really don't have anything to call how do they call it when people celebrate shit? We don't have anything to really celebrate with our heritage or nothing like that. You know,
Mhm.
we come over here. We're a mixed breed of Heinz 57. You know,
You sound
we
like
all
my mama. My mama used to say that, and people would be like, "What that is? What is that?" My mama said, "We all Heinz 57s. We're a little bit of this and we're a little bit of
little
that.
bit of little bit of everything in us.
A
See,
little." Mhm.
from slavery and on up to now, we got a little bit of everything. But yet we are a people of rainbow color. And instead of us really going back and looking where we came from as a tribe, different African tribes, yeah, they fought amongst each other. But
Right. But I'm glad that you said that. Say that
uh,
again and explain to that we are different hues and so on and so forth. But we
yeah,
were also, as African American people, we did come from different tribes.
different tribes of different people in Africa. Now, my daddy is a full blooded Jamaican. He was born and raised in Kingston, Jamaica. He
Hmm.
came here to the United States in 1905. He met my mom. I forgot what year it was. He met my mom. They got married, and out of that union was 5 of us kids. So, what do I call myself? You know, even though my mom was born and raised in the United States, she's from Mississippi. Her parents are from Mississippi. All of his people live in and were born and raised in Kingston, Jamaica. So,
Hmm.
what do I call myself? Am I a Jamaican because I was born in this country? I'm a
Hmm.
they labeled us really. They labeled us too soon. We labeled our own selves too soon. I'll put it that way. Because we went
You
from,
think so?
yes, we went
Hmm.
from, well, let's see. Well, I don't want to use that. We were N words a long time because we used to call ourselves that back in the 20s and 30s in the slavery
Hmm.
times. We were the N word. Then from there, we went to what? Black,
Hmm.
black. From there, we went to, oh, they skipped a lot of stuff because the only three things that I can think of is the N word, black, and Afro American. Now, what else were we? We're something else, but right now we're African. We're African Americans, and we didn't come from Africa. Our ancestors came from Africa. But I was born. I'm here in the United States. I can't tell you jack doo doo about Africa. Nothing. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And really, I
Yeah.
can't tell you about Jamaica unless I had gotten off of my butt and was fortunate enough to go over there, travel over there, and visit my dad's relatives because I don't know any of my dad's people at all. He told us about them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we pictured them in our minds using our imagination. But far as actually going over there and meeting my grandma, he had brothers over there and sisters on my uncles and aunts. I'd never met them, and probably, well, no, I'll never meet them because I was young then. And they're probably dead and passed away. And the same thing with his people over there. You know, he didn't keep in touch with his folks after he got here. He really didn't. He told us he didn't. The last time he spoke to well, let me take that lie back. His folks did come over here. It was his aunt came over here. But my dad was married and he had us kids. And when they came to the house, Daddy said, thank you, but no thank you. This is your first time visiting me. And I've got my wife and kids here. Said I would appreciate it if you never come here again. And we didn't understand that why, but then we knew later on after we even got older, because his family abandoned him when he first came over. He first came over with that auntie. The auntie got sent back for prostitution, and
Mm-hmm.
they put him in a foster home. So, and at the age of 5, being raised in a foster home in the United States, coming up, it was bad back in the 1900s. You know,
Oh, so I couldn't even imagine.
right?
My
So
gosh.
he had his idiosyncrasies too. He went to the Marine Corps. Well, he was a merchant Marine most of his life. He, did his service with his country, and when he got out, he was still treated as they say now, a black man. You know, he was treated as a black man. There's places he couldn't go, things he couldn't do, and I've seen it too growing up because I was born in the '50s. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
I remember places we couldn't go in. We had to go in through the back door as a child. We had to sit up in the balconies in the show. We couldn't sit down in the front seats down there. So a lot of things that if you don't experience it and you don't realize it and you don't know it, you you can't teach others that, hey, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for me growing up.
Yeah.
But you have it. You have everything at your feet. Plus you can go beyond that. You know, we had Black Wall Street, yeah. We had black towns, predominant everything was black, owned and operated.
Right. See, that's the difference. That's the difference. People unified. They fought for a cause. What are we fighting for now? We're fighting each other.
Well, we're fighting each other because some of us don't believe in the same causes the other people believe in. You see what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna bring it in and I'm gonna talk about it. The LGBT community. How many of us
Uh-oh.
growing up as black people would sit
Mm-hmm.
back and say, oh, he's funny. He this, he that. Even with the women, she this, he that. They didn't. We didn't embrace our black brothers and sisters, regardless to their sexual preferences. We didn't embrace them. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now all of a
Yeah.
sudden we want to embrace them because everybody's coming out the closet. It's a younger generation that's willing to accept it. Now, granted, there's some old people still living that don't believe in that kind of stuff, you know.
Right.
And a lot of this stuff we were taught, and I'm not knocking, well, yes, I am, too. I'm going to just say it like it is. If there's no sense in trying to tell the truth if you can't tell the truth.
Tell the
Was
truth
taught.
and shame the devil.
That's it. But see, just it. We don't want to admit that the white man has been our devil all along. Like Malcolm
Mm-hmm.
X used to say, the white man is our devil all along. We believed in his religion. When black
Mm-hmm.
people came over here, we didn't have a religion. They
Mm-hmm.
had the religion over in Africa, but once they got here, they were taught don't speak to each other in their languages. You will learn our English. You will learn our rules and regulations. And what came up was the Bible. You see what I'm saying? So
Yep.
that was our teachings, our ancestors' teaching. And there's a lot of things in the Bible that I don't happen to agree with because the Bible is full of incest. You can read it. It's all right for a man to sleep with his daughter. You know, even though it's just trying to teach people a lesson. No, it's not teaching teaching a person. It's all right for his daughters. Who is that daughter? Lot's daughter. They slept with their daddy. You know, come on now. Why? What was the purpose behind that? That's incest any way you look at it.
Mm-hmm.
What was the purpose? It was to continue on a generation. Think about it. When Cain killed Abel, he got sent to the land of Nod, and he married a girl there. So where did them people come from?
Mm.
That's you have to. If Adam and Eve were the first people on earth, then they sinned and they had a family, and they had two boys. One killed the other one. Where did the other son got banished to a place where if there are only four people on earth, how did he get to this wife? Where did he get this wife from? Where did the other people come from?
Yeah.
Those are the questions people really need to be thinking about, sitting down and asking. And that comes into where everybody hop out, where there's some books of the Bible that were lost. Okay, if they were lost, how did they get lost? Who lost them? You know, what's the story behind this? Because how can I go somewhere, be banished to another country and meet a woman and marry her? And we're the only four people on earth, according to the Bible, until everything happened. You know, Eve ate of the apple. Who do you blame for eating the apple first, Adam or Eve? Who do you blame about the way? And see, that's the way the world comes in. Well, the devil made her do it. Okay. Now, when did the devil get the reign over the earth? When did he get dominion of the earth? How can you say, if God created the heavens and the earth, yeah, if there were other angels around, and everybody says the devil is an angel that was jealous of God and he cast him out. So if he cast him out, was it before he created Adam and Eve or after he created Adam and Eve?
That's a very good question.
Okay. So, like I said, it's a lot of strange things with the book of the Bible. You got theologists, whatever you want to call them themselves studying stuff. But when it all boils down, it's that man's opinion of what happened. It's their opinion of what happened. So, just like scientists, we got scientists and doctors and lawyers and people, you know, that know things that we know. Do you think I know about open heart surgery? Hell no.
Right.
How did they learn to do it? Trial and error. It wasn't just handed to them.
Right.
You know, and the universe is hard to explain. Do we have other people out there in the world somewhere, on the moon, even Mars? You know, maybe it's not for us to know, but we can guess at it. You know,
yeah, we can ponder.
And if you really use your imagination hard enough, how do you think they created all these movies that showed men on the moon before we actually landed on the moon?
How we know JoJo didn't go up there? You know, Mike could have been up there, and you know what I'm saying, chilling up there on Pluto. You know, but I don't think it's meant for us to know everything. I believe it's up to the, you know, that it's up to the Creator, the Most High, because we would be all individual gods if we would be gods ourselves if we knew every single thing.
But aren't we made in His image?
God-like.
Okay, now God-like. So in other words, how does God look if we're part of His image? Do you think God has breasts? Do you think God has I don't want to go down there, but do you think He has one of those? You know, I mean, I
think that He is all things that are good.
Well,
all things that are good. I think that He's higher than a mere mortal or female and male. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So there you come in with your gods of Rome. You come in with Zeus. You come with Athena. You come in with Hercules. They were all supposed to be Greek gods. Where did they get that idea from? There are different gods that control the elements. You know, so where did that come from? Man's tale.
Somebody didn't told
Somebody had to
somebody
write
didn't told it.
the stories of Homer. You know, where's all this coming from? It has, yeah, I agree with you. There is a higher spiritual being somewhere, but he's not controlling us per se. Because here's the way I look at it. Now, don't get me wrong. There's stuff that people believe in, and I'm looking at it logically. How in the world
Mhm.
can you tell me how my life is going to be 5 years from now, or if I'm going to win some money or not, when you have the same knowledge of yourself?
Hmm. Mhm.
So
What?
that's my point. How can you be something that you can become the good of mankind? You can use it for the greatness or good of mankind instead of using it to con people with. You know,
Mhm.
crystal ball readers, gypsies. You go to a carnival and you get your fortune told. You know, well, if you can see,
I do believe that I do believe that people are have those gifts, but it's how they go
but
about using that gift is a whole different
that's the
ballpark.
whole right. That's the whole ballpark figure. If I knew, if I had a dream and could tell you, honey, play this tomorrow, I guarantee you're going to win $10,000. You could play
Mhm.
them numbers and hit that $10,000. What would you be saying?
That happened to me though.
Somebody
I'm the
actually.
honest. The honest. Okay, let me tell you a quick little story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when I was 21, I had went to the convenience store, and
Right.
I had anyway ended up with $10 in change, and I put $10 in that machine. With $10, I won $2,200. From that
Mm-hmm.
$2,200, I ended up winning several thousands of dollars, not all at one
Right.
time, like 10
Right.
here, 5 there, 7 here, 8 there, 5,000, 5,000, 1,000. You know, I was hot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was hot.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't believe that I was winning so much. I ended up with gold fever. Okay, that happened because I thought I was unstoppable. You know, the Bible says, "A fool and his money shall soon part."
So
Okay,
part, right.
you know, thank God my daddy invested. You know, the money that I did give him. Not all of
Mm-hmm.
it, but you know what I
Most
mean.
of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So I had called a psychic and asked, I had a feeling that I was gonna win again. And she said, this might sound crazy to you, but go back to the same machine.
Mm-hmm.
And I did, and I won again.
Okay.
Yeah. And I did. I won $15,000 that day.
Oh, shit.
I had to have Metro
Security
follow me.
take you out.
Yeah, I had
Yeah,
that. Yeah, because
follow you home.
they were gonna
Right.
try to rob me.
Right.
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But see, and here's another thing. I can relate to that kind of stuff, but it came to me in a dream.
And I've had it in dreams. I had it in dreams too. And you know what? They started to keep an eye on me at that darn casino. And once they realized that I would go to specific machines, is God
Right.
is my witness. Do you know they removed those machines out? And after that, I really didn't get visuals like that, you know, anymore. They removed them. And it would be a
No.
sound that I could hear, like the algorithm. I don't know, like the machine will feel a certain way, will give off a certain vibration. That's when they started putting in those machines that had all those different games all on one, and you couldn't catch the algorithm. Back then, I was able to catch the algorithm.
Well, we all have that spirit within us to tell us, hey, you need to do this, because
Right.
I felt it too. But at one
Mm-hmm.
time, when Illinois first came out, when they first came out with the state lottery,
Mm-hmm.
me and my wife was laying in bed. I said, baby, pick some numbers. She said, nah, I wait, I'll go to sleep. We'll wake up in the morning, we'll play it, we'll pick some numbers. I dreamt about these six numbers and I told her, I even wrote them down. You know what I did? I didn't play
What?
them damn numbers. And them numbers fell
Oh
just
Lord, me
the
and you both
way
got a
I.
story. We're gonna have to go play them numbers.
Oh, no, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. But it came to me at that moment to make me realize that, hey, sometimes Your dreams are telling you something. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and my mama used to say when she had a dream about fish, and this was no lie,
Mm-hmm.
somebody
It's
female in the
pregnant.
family was pregnant.
Oh yeah, if
Yep,
I dream about fish, somebody's about to gonna be having a baby. That's for sure.
yep, yep. And my mama used to
Mm-hmm.
do that all the time. So she got on my
Mm-hmm.
father and his wife. He said, "Oh yeah, you running around here, you ain't gonna tell me you're pregnant, huh?" And she looked at
Mm-hmm.
me, "Mama, how you know?" He said, "There's no fishes told me."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember my daughter would call me and say, "Mama, you dreamt about any fish?" I'm like, "No, get your no, no. I better not dream about no fish that got something to do."
That's because we don't want to grow. And I look
Oh,
back on my family, and I look back on my kids and my grandkids, and it's a blessing. It is a blessing because I have 13 great grandchildren, and come to find out, 9 of them is by one grandson.
whoa!
Yeah, my grandson got 9 kids,
Are you serious?
27 years old with 9 children, baby. And
Is
look
he
at it.
is he
No, he's
married?
not married. Nope, it's like 3 different women. But I give him credit. Now I'm not gonna knock him. He does take care of all his children, even though
Good,
does
good.
he does the child support thing. He'll go down during the summer, pick them up from their moms, and bring them and keep them with him. There's the other two that they don't. They're not the. They're jealous and all that. They don't let him come see his kids and all that kind of stuff. He has to go through
Yeah,
court.
that's not right because that hurts when the kids get older and they realize what parent
Right.
was keeping the child from one, and especially when they have their own, they're gonna look back at that parent as you were trash.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
think that, that's why I try to tell parents, like, I mean, all you can do is do
Oh,
the best that
you
the
don't use
best
your
that
child.
you can, but don't keep the child away unless the person is just extremely, like,
Yeah.
like
So right,
gonna
he's an
cause
asshole.
danger or something.
Yeah, but you don't use your kids as pawn. You know,
No, you do not.
you don't divorce your husband. You divorce, and you got a son or a daughter, and they want to go see their daddy. Well, then you got to talk. Well, if he wanted to see you, he'd have stayed with me.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. And you end up damaging the
damaging that
child.
child. Yeah, and
Yeah.
especially and there's another. I don't think that a man, unless it's in a death part. And then I don't believe a woman can raise a boy to be a man, just as the same as a man can't raise a girl to be a woman. They have to
Right.
have that element of their own sexuality with them to teach them the things that they need to know. You know,
Right. Mm-hmm.
uh, I can't sit up and I couldn't sit up and talk to my daughters about when they became young ladies. Their mom had to do that
Right.
because their mom was still
You can warn them about, what I'm
right.
saying,
Oh yeah,
about a man and how
yeah.
a man is, but you
Yeah,
can't explain
yeah,
to them about period cramps because you don't know.
right. No, you know, that's the difference. Just like little boys when they're growing up, and boys growing up with a woman without a man in the house, they're more protective of that woman that's their mom, and they see how she treats other men out there. That young man could look at a man that wants to come in and be a man and a father to him will have the attitude, you ain't my daddy. You can't tell me what shit to do.
Right.
When he needs to come in there and be right with that child.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. A woman can't teach a man. I mean, a young boy how to shave. You know
Right.
how he needs to groom himself. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she can tell
Yep.
all the things that a woman might want.
When they start having
Red,
wet
red dreams.
dreams and that
Oh
kind of
yeah,
stuff, yeah.
right.
I had all girls, so I didn't experience I didn't experience that.
Well, that's what I had all girls. But
Mm-hmm.
by me being a young man growing up, my mom explained most of that stuff to me because my dad was an over the road trucker. He drove
Yeah.
semi. So a lot of things that I learned from my mom, and then some of the stuff I learned from my dad. I
Yeah.
learned I learned the basics of how to react with certain individuals and situations. My mom taught me the ins and out of taking care of myself,
Mm-hmm.
cooking, cleaning, ironing,
Right.
sewing on a button on a shirt. even darning my own damn socks. You don't have to depend, you know, you don't have to depend on a woman to do that. You know,
Right.
if you get your own home, your curtains, how to hang curtains. You know, a lot of men, you ask them to hang curtains. I don't be hanging no damn curtains. That's a woman's job. No, if you live
Right.
in an apartment by yourself or a house, you need to know how to hang your own curtains and decorate.
Right.
So, and to
That's true.
cook yourself a meal. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I learned about cooking shit at 13, 14, 15 growing up. I could get in the kitchen with my mom and make a whole dinner at that age.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the way
Well,
the
shoot,
thing she taught me.
nowadays, shoot, there's some women that you'll be very shocked that they don't know how to boil water. So
Well,
things have
yeah,
changed now.
it's changed
If you,
because, like I said, it's a lost art. It's like anything. If you don't hand it down, and if the generation that's coming up don't want to learn it, you can't teach it to them. You can't
right.
teach it to them. So, like you
Yeah.
say, everything is instant. Hell, I go get you a microwave. Hell, you ain't got to turn on that oven.
Yeah. Yep,
So
that's true. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I
That's
dare
true.
I dare anybody my age right now and coming up as a man that wasn't raised where I was. I would dare them challenge them to go into the kitchen and make a batch of homemade yeast bread.
Oh wow. I don't even know how to make that.
Oh. No, honey. I'm not saying no, honey, for that reason. I'm just saying those were the things that I was taught that my mother did. I learned how to
Right.
can food. I learned how to use a pressure cooker. You know, we made our own stuff because we lived in the country. We canned tomatoes. We canned greens. You know,
Right.
we put them in
Mm-hmm.
the pressure cooker and seal the lids on the jars. Go out and buy the mason jars and put food in it and make sure it was sealed up and all that. You know, I learned that kind of stuff, and I could do it today if I wanted to, but I don't
Right.
do it because, yeah, oh well, it's something I could fall back on. Just like
You should do a video and teach us how to make that bread for Christmas or something.
all they rather go out and buy the Hawaiian King bread. They don't
Oh,
care.
right. Okay. Yeah, throw some butter on it and call it a day. Be like, here it is,
Yeah.
ching.
Oh yeah, ching ching, there it is. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. You know, because you got to.
Guess who's on right now?
Who is
That
it?
just popped up, and we missing out on some good stuff.
That
Brianna,
that's it.
Brianna is live and is lit over there. Let's take our
Okay,
butts over
okay.
there.
All right, dear. Nice talking to you, and we'll get back
Yeah,
one day.
it
We'll
was
have a good
nice talking to
conversation
you
like this.
too.
And to let you
Yeah, we
know,
should do this again.
yeah, I love you, Nicole.
I love you too. I love you too. And I had a good time. Tell people how to subscribe to you too before you go.
Just my name, William Carruthers. It's spelled Corruthers. I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube under William Carruthers. My same old ugly picture is up there. That's another thing. They want me to change my picture, but I might do it later on. But
Oh,
uh,
well, you can change it when you want to, and you're not ugly. Stop saying that.
well, I put it this way: I never liked a man that was prettier than me. So I don't think no man is prettier than me. So I'm gonna leave my picture up there. Okay, I'm gonna get over to my daughter Brianna's channel then and see what's popping with her.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go over there and see what the tea is. All right,
All
thank you, boo. God bless you.
right, boo. God bless you too, honey.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Go back to the beginning. What is YouTube monetization policy rules? Check it out. Timothy Blaine, William Carruthers was over here. Thank you for all that has listened and took your time to hang out with your girl. May God bless you. And remember, through God, all things are possible to those who believe, as long as you're willing to receive what God has for you.